Greetings, everybody. It is Friday night, and I'm doing great because I'm at home here at Casa with you out there listening. I'm Joxbox, and I'm so excited to be here commenting this top action with my good friend now, Monkey Business. How are we doing today?
I'm doing delightful, getting right into the action with you. I have caught a lot of top 16 matches. Very excited to see so many what some might call upsets. Though we've run a lot of Casas, we've seen a lot of outcomes, expected outcomes be defied. So it's hard to call anything an upset now. What we know for sure is that there are a lot of great players in this tournament bracket, and they are going to be trying to upset each other in game. And whether or not that turns into an upset in our bracket results is up to your expectations. On the first of them, I think we're going to be running is winners top 8. You can follow along on the bracket if you press exclamation point bracket in the chat. You'll get a chat command come up. It will serve you the bracket just I've set the example right now. So you can see if you do that command, we have Carlos FL. I assume that stands for Florida in winners side against Crouch Fierce, a Urian player who has been showing strong in the past 2 weeks in particular. I recall a fantastic highlight sequence going out on Twitter, on the Casa Bunch Twitter, last week of it was Crouch Fierce shouldering Sabin, Arturo Sanchez's Dawson, into an upgraded Metallic Sphere and comboing across the entire screen off of a shoulder juggle with Urian. Though no stranger to Urian juggles is Tanachi, who normally plays Bison. He has entered with Urian, and you can tell he's loving the juggles because he's playing the trigger 2 that is Tyrant Pressure Urian being demonstrated from Tanachi, who has also landed a spot in winners. Casa's Origins, by the way, a lot of Prophet versus Burkish top 3 matches. 2 Urians in top 8. No strange thing for us here in the Casa. The Urian players have left their markings on the walls, and they're about to leave a mark in your hearts with tonight's bracket action, picking up that Urian momentum that we started with so many months ago.
Gotcha, man. So well said as always. I'm like, man, how do I follow up? It's just so well said, man. That's an A in speech class, or I guess in FJC terms we use S, right?
Yeah,
As weird as it
yeah.
is.
Oh, that was definitely us plus that opening.
Like, I don't know, who thought with the letter S? Like, S is the best. Okay.
I'm sorry. I did say Crouch Fierce was playing Urian before, but it looks like we got Ed on the screen. Always a pleasant surprise to see Ed represented, especially by somebody who I gave an entire intro to about Urian. But similarly, we got Purple Energy on the screen. I think that's what Crouch Fierce really plays for.
You know, here is my first. You know, I am confessing to my confessing to Father Monkey Business here. I don't even know what Ed's Crouching Fierce looks like right now. I was like, what is this? Crouching Fierce, you know, trying to adapt the name because Urian's Crouch Fierce is actually really good. So interesting to see Ed usage here.
You'll see it used in corner combos off of Sam Medium Punch. It's his most damaging single button that you can cancel.
I just saw it.
Yeah, right. Not that though. That's Psycho Upper. Similar animation, but a lot more orange flashing. Very punishable that move is. Unit of God knows that. Playing Chun, by the way, and setting a great example of how to do so. Keeping it very low risk, medium reward, poking away, anti-airing their way into a round 1 victory here is Gino.
Yeah, interesting. And, you know, I'm so glad to see Carlos FL back into action. He used to compete in a lot of these tournaments before. He took a big break from the game, and now he's back just as strong as ever, so it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Awesome.
Boy. And the thing is, Carlos plays so smart. He takes, like, he's so, like, risk averse. Like, he plays so safe and smart, like, just like that. Like, you have to make miracles happen.
Yeah, very strong character fit for Carlos then with Chun, right? Has always been doing the low risk, medium, and or high reward since Street Fighter 2, I suppose.
Yeah, and he's somebody that, you know, as the season's gone on, he's picked up multiple characters. He definitely plays half the cast at a very competitive level.
Gonna have to start competing now with the wall in addition to Ed. Cornered and sandwiched between the two of them, but sliding under is the right response and a V-trigger activation to seal the deal. EX spinning bird kick to put the cool blue watery looking effects on the screen, making Chun look pretty, making the game look good while taking that set 2 rounds straight, taking that game rather 2 rounds straight. It's going to take 6 though. It is first to 3 here in top 8 through the entire top 8 bracket. Only the most competitive sets possible here.
Oh, you know, I just realized I'm like on backwards mode or something because when he said that we took a game, Capcom had me backwards. It just like reset, and it's like, what is it doing? Okay, new things are always happening here at the Casa. I just saw some for myself, even on the commentator standpoint. Jeez Louise.
We do have a Discord stream going as well, which we're guaranteed to be synchronized with, as we try not to get mixed up by the technology. Technology, though, producing lots of mix-up with V-Trigger 2 from Ed. That's plus on block on the follow-up attack there, and you can link into Crouch Medium Punch. Great combo and quarter carry every time, and Crouch Fierce is making the most of it. Once again, creates a shimmy opportunity, finds a counter hit instead. Okay. We've seen a lot of charge Fierce from Crouch Fierce, ironically. One of Ed's favorite buttons to press. Jen likes pressing sweep to convert off of Kikosho, with a lot of V-Trigger left to spare. Plenty of damage left, but we see the meter saved from Carlos.
Yeah, he's a very smart guy. Like, he's definitely very wary of his resources. I mean, he is a father, and you know, you have to be smart with your resources to be a father nowadays.
That's true, certainly true. Constantly making the most of every resource on the table, including the bread, the meals, the baby food, whatever it is there.
I mean, babies have to eat? I thought they were robotic the whole time.
That might be a little easier. I wish it were that simple.
Don't they use photosynthesis or something like that?
I don't know, but I need to start. I think Crouch Fierce might have to start photosynthesizing their way back into the set. Find some energy somewhere. Maybe find it from a V-Trigger activation. I know Ed with V-Trigger 2 can definitely make a swing happen. Activating off of Heavy Kick is definitely a way to get it started.
Cellulose, please, and that's what Carlos says, man. Taking a good start there. So 3 out of 5 here. I wonder if we're gonna see a character switch. I would think so. I mean, Urien is a very strong character, and Crouch Fierce, I mean, he put a lot of work with Urien last week, so not gonna be surprised if he switches. Also, at the same time, if you're learning a new character, there's nothing like putting it on the field to be used.
Yeah, we are going to the menu here. Back to the Battle Lounge we go. Greeted by Honda, the avatar from Jocks, who level 62 on that Honda, looking nice, very experienced. I'm dipping out on the lobby for now, but you know, my level 50-something Mika would be in there saying hi to Crouch Fierce's Ed, who's about to turn into Urien. You can see Crouch Fierce Ed, only level 4. So maybe that very experienced Urien will be coming out next.
Yes, definitely. But you know, it's so easy to, apparently it's very easy to get a level 62 with Honda. All you have to do is set it to a robot and just press jab. Mash jab. It's +3. It's the best move in the world. That's what everybody tells me. That's what Street Fighter 5 Facebook groups tell me.
And chances are, if you play on player match, you'll be running into other Honda robots set to do the same thing in order to gain character experience and fight money and all of the most important resources here in Street Fighter 5 for unlocking skins or maybe even characters. I really respect the people that get enough fight money to not have to pay for season passes and DLC. Only the most competitive players who gain the most points rampaging on ranked are able to afford that. One character, though, that was probably paid for DLC in this game, Zeku, the star of Season 2, came in right at the tail end. And he's going up against Chun, who's been here since the beginning, doing her thing, pressing Fierce a little bit less safely than she used to, but still feeling just as safe while doing it. Not going to get punished by old Zeku. Man's got no reach. I mean, no reach with his regular limbs anyway, but with Koku, with projectiles, he certainly does. And it's nice to see old Zeku represented at all. Typically from Zeku players, you see young man come out real quick. They want to get the rushdown started, maximize rewards off medium punches. But man, look at this meter building and counter hit, almost confirmation. At least got one normal after. Already seeing the right kind of block strings from Crouch Fierce.
Oh, geez. Okay, look at that reset. The Zeku, yeah. You know, surprised seeing old Zeku, like you said. Normally, the Zeku special is you do 1 gram and then you switch to young Zeku. You have to let them know that you have to let the opponent know that you know how to do that move, and then you switch to young Zeku.
Right. Well, one cool thing about old Zeku is that you can use V-Trigger 2 to go back into young Zeku like you want to be. You don't get to do that with a big combo unless you have 1 bar of EX meter. So Crouch Fierce still has some work to do. Can definitely die to 1 Kikosho conversion, and does so off of Fierce. Big whiff on the V-Trigger 2 activation. It's anti-air invincible and projectile invincible, but it does not have much reach. So Crouch Fierce has the right idea, but is going to have to use it a little bit more close next time.
You know, sometimes I like to say you're too godlike for your own good. They're like having the amazing reactions, but no, you can't. If you can't dunk, you can't dunk.
It gets a little harder to react the closer you are, and he needed to be a little bit closer to make that work, old Zeku. So if you really want to impress me, react in a range where it'll actually hit. Or become very fortunate, land an overhead after a defensive back throw works out for you. But giving up the corner, though, is Crouch Fierce. Now is Young Man's time. Trying to push Shun back to that corner where they feel they belong.
Definitely. And so he's not so. What I like is that he's not so like insistent on like trying to play young Zeku. It's just like, oh, I happen to switch.
Sweep. He needs to sweep. He needs to sweep VT. Ah, yeah, you can tell he was trying to hover around that sweep VT activate range. I mean, you can tell he didn't get to play Yun Zeku at all because we didn't see sweep VT activate, which picks up on the conversation we were just having. Right in time as the set closes out with a firm 3-0, Carlos FL, repping Florida all the way into winners finals in Casa's tournament bracket tonight. Doing it for his family.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, even just seeing his name in the bracket makes you happy, you know. He lives, you know, as soon as I moved to Orlando, he moved out, so I was like, I never really got to grind the games, the sets with him, but, you know, just really nice guy, the few times I did get to meet him. But I'm just so glad to have him here, Casa. Just like I'm so glad to have you guys here along for the ride. You could be interested, but you're here. Thank you guys so much. Means a lot.
Yeah, it's a quick ride to enter Casa. You just gotta press one button, I think, on our challenge or wherever else we run brackets. Shoutouts to Matcherino, of course, one of our finest partners. You can also fund our players' prize pools here on Matcherino with !Matcherino in the chat. I'll be doing that for you real quick. You can find yourself some sponsor quests and or free coupon codes to use. Tonight's, I think, is Casa SF523. It's written all uppercase here in our stream title, but you can write it in any case you want. It looks like I accidentally typed 2 exclamation points there. All right, there's the Matcherino.
If you want to shout your codes, I'm totally fine with that too.
Yeah. Shout it in text. I mean, I prefer to do that too. It's rare that I get the excuse to use all caps in a way that nobody will judge me negatively for. And Matcherino welcomes all kinds of tone and text. So thanks to them.
Yes, they definitely do. As you know, and as a filthy millennial, I get very offended by stuff in caps lock. But if you guys are just typing along in the chat in caps lock, I'm totally fine because viewer interaction is always such a beautiful thing. Just like this next match, we're going to see Tanachi versus Z's Nuts, or I guess if you want another pronunciation, Zina.
Yeah, that could be it, right? They're Canadian, could be French Canadian up there in Quebecois, maybe Montreal.
That's actually where he said he's from because he had to face Shinakuma. You know, that was the first match on today's stream. A little bit of oh, it wasn't the best match in terms of lag, but and then Zenu said, "I'm in Montreal," so there you go. A little bit of culture for today, just like we always have. Zenu. See, he likes it. He likes it in the chat. So, you know, gotta give respect for different languages. And you know, the thing with and I view this as someone who's teaching sometimes. You come across kids' names and they don't introduce themselves to you first. You have to say their name, and sometimes you don't know what letters are silent nowadays. But you know, speaking of silence, the competition here is gonna be loud. This is gonna be a good one, folks.
You know, real G's move in silence like lasagna. Unless it's 345, that G is loud and proud, activating VT off of every EX low. I'm talking about G when there is no chance that man's going to be on the screen, but the president's always on my mind. I am not from Canada. Don't have that luxury today. I am living here in the grid, same with the rest of you. We're trapped. We're going to have to watch Urian dressing as Donovan against Akuma, dressed as Akuma. This is a match I've been waiting for. Purple ball energy is guaranteed from Tanachi versus Zenu. Connecticut, United States versus Montreal, Canada.
Okay, back there, and yeah, you don't really see this costume too much, but man, it looks like you're not going to see it any further because these nuts is looking very strong. You're getting the stun. Kumba does a lot of damage. Any jumping combo.
Yeah, and even keeping it meterless is these nuts, making sure to save meter for next round. The perfect is pending. Tanachi not even activating off of the shoulder, kind of spending meter to no avail here. Maybe looking for an activation for Tyrant Pressure. Akuma is a low-life character, so Tyrant Pressure is a little bit more valuable. Every bit of damage that it adds is certainly worthwhile. However, not enough health to armor through the Fireball. That could have been a good start for Tanachi, though. Could get a light shoulder after, get some corner carry going.
Yeah, it's a good read, and you know, only 2 bars you get to use a lot, or another advantage of having a 2-bar V, using a 2-bar V trigger, is being able to use V reversal much more often, instead of trying to save it here.
Yeah, and this is Urian. He's living 4-frame life. He has been since 2016. So V reversal can be a little bit more valuable against mediums and lights even. Not trying to get frame trapped all day with those slow normals. So I feel the plan here.
You know, slow normals are not this character. Is still very good.
Yeah, definitely no slow normals on Akuma. I swear, literally none of them. I think Crouch Fierce is the slowest, and is +3 on block, and huge.
Take that any day.
Yeah. Wake Up Headbutt from Tanachi, though. He loves using down-up charge motions on Wake Up. He's a former Bison player, probably a current Bison player too, but Urian's just good enough. You can tell he's a Bison player because he just did Crouch Light Punch anti-air on the crossover from Z's Nuts.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things that, like, if you get hit by it, you're like, man, that's so cheap, but, you know, as the person using it, oh, man, that's so good.
Yeah, you feel relief, right? You didn't even have to react in time. The trade is more than good enough for you. Akuma has less life than you, so every anti-air trade's pretty good, honestly. Plus, you get to mix them up after still.
I'm curious. You know, I do want to see some V Trigger 2 combos. I know, like, Twitterverse, either you love or hate V Trigger 2 stuff. Man, and I love that anti-air DP. That's what you do. Oh, jeez, what? EX Headbutt. Tanachi has his reactions on point tonight.
Yeah, and looking for a throw bait, backing up with backdash, then going for low medium kick. I'm not sure if that combos from every range with Urian, but stand medium kick certainly does. One of Urian's least rewarding buttons turns amazing with this V-Trigger 2, which is gone now. So the star of the show, like it always is, Akuma V-Trigger 1 is here. Demon is on deck with a little bit more damage it can certainly kill. I think it's on Z's mind. Never mind, it is DP into a setup with an up. Too slow, said Urian. Tanachi said too slow. He's going up 1-0 with a real quick light headbutt on Wake Up. That goes overthrow pretty quick, so that could have been what Z's Nuts was looking to do. Tanachi was looking to deny it and aggressively go up 1-0.
Man, just like, you know, being young and being afraid of the dark, I've never seen a guy so afraid of getting grabbed there. As soon as you mentioned Demon, this man was already holding up back. He was already, you know, not taking any part of it. He didn't care if he was going to get meaty, and, you know, Wake Up Headbutt was proof of that. But what a great option for this character. Even if you block it, it's safe.
Yeah, and that's why Wake Up Heavy Headbutt is hysterical, because that is, even if you block it, it's +3. So, have fun.
It's one of those things, like, to really punish it well, you have to wake up with a crouching button, and, like, that's a huge risk in itself.
Yeah, I think one thing that's not very risky is Tanachi's playstyle right now. He is using shoulder as the zoning tool more than Yuri and Metallic Spheres, and it was working out pretty well until we hit the corner. Tanachi ran out of space, and Z's Nuts made sure of it. We are pressed firmly against the walls of solitary confinement here in the grid.
You know, it's so funny how Akuma players are so, like, meter savvy, like, using their meters at the right time, but man, they definitely love to burn V-Trigger 1 Fireball in the face just for that added pressure.
This could be a kill. Oh, I called it. Last hit, of course. Tanachi knew it too. Spent the meter without any hesitation. Steal that round.
Oh, I see Saint Cola in the chat, and he probably saw V-Trigger 2 Uri, and he's like, oh, how come I'm not commentating Salt Mine today? Because this is Casa, and we're seeing some V-Trigger 2 here on Casa. I can't remember if we've ever seen V-Trigger 2 Uri on Casa, so this may be a first, but it's going to be a good one. He's looking good here. 1 win so far.
Yeah, I'm feeling the Tyrant pressure tonight. Tanachi's about to be feeling it. Can activate with a single more block damage, maybe after taking 1 more tap. There it is, the single tap on the anti-air DP. Tanachi definitely wants to activate to put some damage on the table here. But not wasting activations. It never comes off EX shoulder. Doesn't mind the situation on block. Crouch medium kick activation is a little bit more rewarding. Didn't hit it there. Got the counter hit crouch medium kick VT though.
This is a man. This is a man that's definitely good with his confirms on block. You know, he didn't hit it because, you know, he has it well timed. Oh, jeez, Wake Up button not working.
Yeah, not this time. Could have even been Wake Up light headbutt. We know Tanachi has enjoyed doing that. Z's Nuts has always enjoyed doing lawn V-trigger combos. Definitely wanted to put the opponent in the corner with that previous combo just when V-Trigger was activated, but somehow it hit very weirdly. Tanachi was feeling the blessing there.
Jeez, and he's feeling the love wake up headbutt not working that time. Z's nuts, you know, his pressure game's working. Not much you can do unless you have an invincible reversal there with when Akuma does EX Fireball in the air, like just hovering above your nose.
Yeah, Tanachi did a great job of getting air reset intentionally, though, setting up a whiff punish. Z's Nuts is feeling the pain now, but finds a big opening with a defensive throw tech. Don't get headbutted. Nice. Walking out of range there. Very weird situation after Tyrant pressure on block, but Z's Nuts responds appropriately with a nice light meaty. Very safe there. You get to hit the or block. You make contact with the opponent and recover in time to not get headbutted. That is optimal play there from Z's Nuts.
You know, here's the thing. Like, it was all because of that one. It was that one guess that he made on defense. Wake up EX headbutt. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Of course, you can take it away, but yeah, it's definitely an option that you have. And he was low in life. It was a good time to use it. It's one of those things. You're either a genius for doing it or you're an idiot for doing it. Depends on the result.
Nah, I see past that. I see every outcome potentially happening all at the same time and give you credit either way. I will never damn or condemn any EX reversal on any wake up or on the opponent's wake up. I believe in you. Have faith. Make the read. I'm encouraging all of you in the chat to make the read today. Don't hesitate.
And this sounds like some guy that's subbed to Rushdown LV2. Good stuff. But we're gonna need some Rushdown here because we need this optimal urine. But he's looking good here, even though he's using V-Trigger 2, getting some hate from that. But he's looking good here, man. And he still doesn't even need to use V-Trigger yet. Comes these nuts. I can't believe I said that.
I can't believe that the activation combo didn't kill. Tanachi had full faith that it would. Throw tech from Z's Nuts. That potentially could have been EX headbutted afterwards.
Yeah, so I think Tanachi there... Oh, jeez!
I think Tanachi's dead. Certainly. 400 damage? Oh, yeah.
He forgot about the demon there, even though game one he was holding up back, doing whatever he could to take, to jump away from them, but Z's Nuts landing a very clutch demon there.
Yeah, I had a couple frame skips, so I couldn't tell if it was the V-skill demon or not, but typically if Akuma is doing V-skill after block in a block string, demon's coming, so that you get a little bit of time to react, but not much.
No, it's very hard to react, but man, Nashi's gonna have to make some good reactions here. Oh, what a sweep! But V-Trigger makes it safe.
Very appropriate response once again from Z's Nuts. Is that a turn steal? Not this time. Z's Nuts still playing safe enough to reward themselves with a huge punish, can spend 2 bars to make a kill and go up 2-1 in the set over Tanachi, who started strong, was putting on the Tyrant pressure, but Tyrant pressure has been completely denied any functionality in the previous 2 rounds. Not even the EX headbutt mind game after blocked Tyrant pressure has ever worked out. So I think it is all on Tanachi to make significant changes in their play, and whether or not they come, well, we'll try to decipher that on commentary. But it won't be a character switch.
I was thinking he was going to go from one Tyrant to another, but he's sticking with the Tyrant brother here, you could say.
Yeah, that is the Tyrant reigning over the Illuminati until he figures out about his brother in Season 5, who is now out, so I guess Urian's very upset. Maybe that's why he picked up the Donovan costume, became a cosplayer instead. Still very powerful, though. Still fighting Akuma in the grid.
Hey man, apparently with TikTok you can get money as a cosplayer, so there you go. Good decision making, Urian.
If you have that body, you really should just be a cosplayer. Like that is going to make bank.
Okay, no lie. Yeah, that's spitting truth there. Yeah. Oh man, let's see him spit some V-Trigger too. Look at this.
It's got to be some of the most dastardly, spicy, poisonous spit that comes out from that purple energy when he kills you with EX shoulder. And that was a pretty early V-Trigger use, something that only V-Trigger 2 could afford you. So Aegis shed a tear in the distance, but I think Tyrant pressure stock up right now. I'd buy it.
Oh, definitely. It's not that it's bad. It's not bad at all. It's just we have one that's much better than the other, despite the other one still being good.
That was Eastnuts out of range of their own throw, maybe expecting to be closer after Light Punch, but has to take a step forward. Taking the steps forward now to secure the corner pressure, doing so magnificently. Even the fake dashes are going unchecked, so Tanachi's really on the back burner here. But our big swing with V-Trigger too just makes it happen. We're almost at the other corner already, and CA's coming up for a combo that will kill if Tanachi lands any hit canceled into shoulder into super. This who can chip, for sure can chip with no V-reversal here.
Jeez, what a tech by him there. Oh, he's, that's gonna have to hold it.
Yeah, see, the throw is the one attempt to kill without coming off of all 3 bars of meter. But after that point, you don't want to be taking any of those Urian combos into super. So just kill with chip and outplay them at the start of this first round like you are right now, Znuts.
Yeah, Znuts looking good here, but I guess this is a true test of learning a secondary is using in a top 8 of a very stacked bracket here. Jeez, anti-air crouching medium punch? What world is this?
The world of former Bison players, I suppose.
Oh, jeez, raw shoulder, just do it. It didn't work, though. Oh, gonna be huge.
That sets up a VT activation on hit, one of Akuma's strongest selling points. You hit me with all the strong parts right now. So that was potential checkmate situation, right? With Akuma VT1, all of those fireballs are going to be plus enough on block to frame trap it a stand medium kick. All of those fireballs are building you meter to cancel the super for chip. You could take away tyrant pressure, or if the Urian activated before then, you get the guaranteed chip death. So a lot of things going Znuts' way, including their path into winners finals. Congrats to them, and congrats to Montreal. Congrats to France. Post, I guess, 300 or so years later. Congrats to France. And congrats to, most importantly, to our players advancing tonight. And also, Tanachi staying alive in losers. Playing Urian, who I'm sure is not fond of being called a loser, would much rather be called lower bracket. Either way, you can find them there. Who they play will be the winner of whoever wins down there next, I believe.
Yes, if you guys are just tuning in, it was Znuts taking it over Tanachi here. And then he's going to be facing Carlos FL later on in the bracket in winners finals. Yeah, so it looks like next we're going to have not just Mad Gears, Mr. Mad Gears saying this is his first Casa. So I'm excited to see him here against Austin Nod, Jay, or yes, Ustin? Oh, geez, these pronunciations tonight, please.
Well, as a teacher, you know what it's like to try a pronunciation on your first try.
Always going to be wrong.
Always going to be wrong. And eventually going to be right. You know, someone in chat will yell at you. It's pronounced syllable hyphen syllable syllable hyphen, and you're like, I still don't get it because you're just reading it. It's not being said.
You know, the real tech is to just really mispronounce it off by a mile on purpose, so that way everyone laughs about it and like, oh, he's trying to be funny, ha, rather than what a buffoon, that was a silent X.
Option selects definitely do qualify as tech, don't they?
No, I think option select, it should just not even be an urban dictionary. It should just be a real dictionary term, because there's so many outside of fighting games option selects that it needs to be a real term.
Yeah, I've taught all of my friends it, and they use it now, even if they don't play fighting games. It's just so much easier to identify when people are using it in real life if they know the term, and that helps them study the people that manipulate them with option selects a little bit more. Anyway, manipulating the lawn jump of Abigail there was... What's the player name here? Is it Ostinoje on CFN? Let me check real quick.
I think we're gonna use the word Austin, because this is pretty good stuff. And what if he is from Austin? It's just a different pronunciation. But geez, I think Mr. Bad Gears too. I mean, good confirm having to use the bar. This is season 5 Abigail. Ugh, a little tough times for him, but yeah, I think Mad Gears is he is in Texas, I know, but maybe from Austin, so this would be kind of a treat here, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows, right? I just know that Mr. Mad Gear is an Abigail loyalist. No matter what season it is, you'll see the big man with the tire around his chest. You'll see him hosting Abigail exclusive tournaments, I believe. You can catch those as well.
Yeah, Sriracha Flash puts those together. The Junkyard, such fun stuff. But man, Mr. Bad Gears is making all of the right reactions, all the right reads here, except for that one, but no big punish by Austin. Whew.
Such an incredible tool to deal with projectiles. even the wonderful fireballs or ice balls of Gil are going to struggle against the range and speed of armor from Abigail's EX Run Punch. And you can activate it at the touch of a button. You just got to press 3 kicks, no motion needed. It's really simple to use. Once you play Abigail for a little bit, you realize it's essential to go through fireballs.
It definitely is. And, you know, he has some weird approaches around fireballs. I kind of thought this would be a weakness of the character, but man, definitely not. You know, this game, it doesn't suit fireball players so well, but it is better than it used to be.
I used Abigail in the Guile matchup over Mika for a back heavy punch to destroy fireballs and then cancel into stuff. You can just armor with EX Run, of course. Also projectile immunity on EX Giant Flip, which can lead to full combos. Kind of hard to time it. Full comp here on parry. V skill 2 blocking being represented here by Austin. One of the strong, it's better than blocking with the back button, is blocking with V skill 2 with Yuri, or Gil, excuse me.
It's like, you know, you get such a fast punish, and like you saw there, Austin making a lot of damage come out of that punish. Oh geez, here we go again. He's you know, lighting up there.
Yeah, Austin full corner carry into a perfect throw bait with the violence knee. Safe on block, by the way, so not the biggest risk. Only thing you have to look out for is Abigail having V skill 1 parry. It's a great answer for violence knee from either Urian or Gil.
Yeah, but fortunately, for Austin, that was a perfect read there. You know, Maggears went for the throw himself. Jeez. 2 EX Run Punch combos. This is a lot of damage and a lot of stun on table. This is going to be stun. Ouch!
3 EX Run Punches was all it took. A lot of scaling on the follow-up combo, but I still think he can kill on the last hit. Oh, not quite. Even full mash. Even a blocked overhead from Austin, who rewards themselves with the prime position to make a comeback. Abigail stuck in the corner. Abigail forced to press throw tech defensively, and Austin just did not make it out of range in time. Was definitely trying to walk back, but Abigail's got big grappler throw range, so your shimmy might be a little bit more difficult.
You know, it was so weird because I was thinking, man, he's going to go for instant overhead randomly, and he did, and Austin, just being the god like he is, quite literally, I guess Gil's a god too, you know, blocked it.
Yeah, Gil is not a member of the One Bar Reversal Club. Is a member of the Retribution Club. He's the only member in the whole game, and he's showing you what an exclusive privilege that is with this combo. Mad Gear's on the verge of getting stunned or running out of life. I think stun will come first if we get one more full conversion or one more tap now. Cryokinesis coming in. Not enough hits on EX shoulder, so Abigail charges through. We return to mid-screen. Abigail has so much super meter, he can use it here and still get Oki. No, he's going for the unblockable setup. That's canceled into super, and that is a guaranteed kill. That's the one thing you're not supposed to do against Abigail full charge when he leaves you knocked down. Try to jump, because there are like 8 layers on that thing. Each of them give Abigail more time to buffer super, and a smart Abigail player like Mad Gears is buffering that thing anyway. So I guess take the unblockable or something. That's all my advice.
So there's a few different things you could do in that case. You could probably react with grab in that situation. I'm not sure, but with Gil, you also have access to parry. But in that situation, it's one of those things you have to take to lab in that exact situation. If you can parry it up, but you also have to practice it to see how many hits of the parries you need to learn how to do.
Yeah, I wonder how much blocking that Gil will have to do, and I don't mean by holding back or down back. He also recovers very fast from his parry, so you could even see a Crouch Fierce launcher there, depending upon the circumstances. I do know you can't wake up throw that setup because the unblockable hits too meaty against quick res and match rise.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of setups, like some are fake, pseudo fake, and there's some like that. You said pretty real. Generally,
the higher that you're launched at the time that the VTs get started, the more difficult it is to wake up and do anything. Wake up throw, though, is working out well for Mad Gears twice in a row now. We've seen big swings that start with just a simple back throw being used defensively.
Oh, geez. Season 5 nerf in effect there, but Mad Gear's still taking it out. Man, his reactions have been so on point tonight.
Yeah, real quick to react with that 5-frame jab, too. Great way to compensate for not getting the EX Abigail punch on the combo. Looks like Austin is calling out the parry attempt there. But what's better than parry is armored run into a throw that provides Oki. And the Oki led us to a regular throw, so we have tied up the life for sure. And it is more than past tied up now. Big anti-air does not work for Austin. Crouch Fierce is too shallow. Abigail jumps too far away from you and can still hit you. His arms are 9 feet long. What do you do?
And that jump fierce, like you don't really see American Abigail players go for it so much. It is on, but you know, as Mad Gears takes the set 3-0 very convincing here. Um, yeah, it's just a great bun. Like it juggles in the air, and it has such weird timing that it hits a lot of anti-airs like as it lands. So great choice there. And Mr. Magyar moves on. Just excellent play, excellent reactions. You know, that's not something you think of Abigail like, ooh, this Abigail's reacting so well. But that's what he was doing tonight. Great play, and I'm excited to see him move on in the bracket tonight.
Yeah, yeah. A character like Abigail, where the slower your character is, actually, the more important it is to have good reactions, I think, because if you're a player like Problem X and you're playing Bison, who is known to have bad anti-airs, slow anti-airs, what do? Do you just try and slide under them? Do you deny yourself all of the screen positioning that you worked so hard to get? Or do you jump, medium punch, hell attack every jump in and get full combos off of them and completely swing the tide of the match because you have trained yourself to be faster with that move than anybody else? That's what you do if you're Problem X. And if you're Abigail, your crouch fierce is 11 frames, sure. It's one of the slowest anti-airs in the game, but it is big, it is rewarding, and it's something you should be training yourself to press as soon as possible on the anti-airs.
Great button. Like it looks faster than 11 frames, and the angle hits it everywhere, and it's so cancelable even late too.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the first frame is on frame 11, but there's like 6 active frames or something. It can hit very high, like when his arm is way behind his head, it'll still be hitting you. As long as you hit it early.
I just realized something. It's actually Abigail's birthday today.
Yeah, yeah, I was definitely going to bring that up at some point. Great day for Mr. Mad Gear to be doing well. And Rep Abigail, Rep Canada. Canada did well earlier on winner's side bracket action, thanks to Z's Nuts. So Canada's being celebrated with its players and with Abigail himself today. Congrats to that country.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting how only this late into the, you know, Capcom's life of fighting games here that Abigail's only the second Canadian fighting game character created by Capcom.
Who's the first?
Sasquatch.
Oh my god.
Thanks, James Chen.
Was that the James Chen trivia? Is that the only reason we know?
Yeah, that's the only reason I forget. It was like on a CPT thing like last year or so, and he's like the only other, and, you know, James Chen's like the only other character that's a Canadian player that's not Abigail is Sasquatch, and I was like, how did? Okay, that's good. It's fun trivia too because you would never guess.
Capcom been giving Canada some gorilla characters in fighting games.
Almost quite literally, yes.
Yeah. Whatever kind of being Sasquatch is biologically doesn't matter to me as much as what they play as in Darkstalkers, and that is gorilla.
Man, you know, when you watch like super high tier like gameplay, like Sako play the game, you're like, he's just going ham. But then you have somebody explain it to you, like, dude, that's such hard execution needed. You're like, damn, that's actually pretty sick.
You know, the highest execution gorilla in fighting game history.
No, but speaking of high execution here, man, this Prophet has been lighting people up a lot lately with Gil. You know, he's also Irene main, but that Gil though, it's no slouch.
Yeah, lighting them up and cooling them down, often at the same time, scoring retribution and juggling the opponent with that anti-air combo we saw to open this match. Very strong message to send, strong damage on it too. And here we are, V-Trigger is activated, retribution is more possible than ever. Could not get it on the punish. Flux seals the gap with the Molotov, one of the best uses of Molotov, baiting people who want to punish punishable moves.
Interesting. Oh, geez. Just go for it. You know, makes that safe. Hits both sides up and down.
That's a lot of particles and ice on the screen. I think both ice made contact along with the shoulder.
Definitely, man.
I'm sure there's a desk video about that somewhere where 3 things hit simultaneously.
So I gotta ask you, Monkey Business, what are your thoughts on V-Trigger 2 Gil? So, you know, it's one of those things that a lot early on people were saying, oh, it's the flashy V-Trigger, it's the gimmicky one, V-Trigger 1 is the truth. What do you feel about it?
Alright, let me talk to you about Ice of Doom. It's not all about the ice carpet until you get some kind of hard knockdown setup to make it a real mix-up. Ice of Doom is about sticking your arm out and doing like 150 damage and pushing the opponent all the way back to the range where your fireball game and your stand medium kick and your coral kick are going to be very effective. I think that the safety that this trigger offers is really valuable to Gil, and the game plan that Prophet wants to play, the patient game plan.
Just like that.
Yeah. So you can see all the way back to that range you want to be at, safely, of course, off of any poke. There it is. Can space it out really well. However, no amount of spacing will keep Poison out of the range of her jump forward heavy punch, which is one of the longest range jump-ins in the game. And Flux is great about converting off of it.
Man, great job to Flux to anti-airing the EX knees. That's very fast. Your reactions seem to be on point.
Yeah, Flux feels very confident with Poison Crutch Medium Punch. It's a low-profile anti-air button with 5 active frames, so Flux is ready to press it at all times. It will never fail.
You know, I like that. You know, as a millennial, I'm always up for never failing.
Yeah, me too, right?
Yeah.
I'm very academic. I quite enjoy my classes. I hate the idea of failure, whether it's as a grade as an F or losing in a fighting game. Losing all that gray life, probably the greatest failure of the round so far for Prophet, who could now die in one combo and will.
But you know, at the end of the day, the letter F is higher than S. Come on, what's up? Where did S tier come from?
Where did S tier come from?
You know, I think it's from
Super?
Some Japanese games, like you get an S rating. You do the best.
yeah, right. Like you ran really fast in Sonic, so you get an S rank. Yeah, I've definitely heard that. Metal Gear Solid does it too, S rank.
As for Sonic,
yeah.
You know, just like Sonic, we're gonna need some fast player. I mean, Flux is trying to get some fast player, but Prophet is no slouch when it comes to slowing things down. But geez,
that's a lot of alliteration with the letter S right there.
Yeah, definitely. Sus is right.
Just all this chip from the whips from Poison. It's about time this V-Trigger got activated. Prophet has to put some fireworks on the screen. Still has all the V-Trigger left to work with, too.
Oh, here we go. Ice Trap. Just get him from that range? Are you serious, Prophet?
From across the screen? And can still kill off of it, too. Ice of Doom doomed Flux Waves from the moment that hit landed from full screen. Fire and ice from miles away. Gil still converts into Crouch Fierce.
No, that was definitely shades of Marvel superheroes there. Now you face Doom was Prophet, and geez, what a conversion!
Yeah, and Coral Kick from Prophet, Urian's favorite button that Prophet likes to press, but Gil has it too, and I think Prophet finds even more use out of Coral Kick with Gil. We're about to see some alternation of Pyro and Cryo to create corner pressure. We can still see it, unless Flux comes off of the reversal once more. Wow! Pressing some kind of defensive button right at the last possible frame. The ice said no. The ice exploded, and so did Flux's life bar, putting Prophet up, tying it up.
You know, there were so many videos of V-Trigger to Gil, you know, ice traps here and there early on, that you're so ready for them to do something to try to cross you and trick you. But sometimes the greatest weapon is just doing nothing. And that's what Prophet did, and bam! Flux got hit.
That's why Ryu's been studying the power of nothingness for several years in the Street Fighter canon. The power of nothingness and the power of walking back and forth with ice just below their feet. Flux was like, alright, let me reach into that real quick. I want to punch the ice, see if I can get rid of it. Nope, it exploded.
Yeah. But geez, man, Prophet, it's such a treat to watch this character do work. It just plays very different, and there's so much, like, variety in the combos.
Yeah, I love the retribution mechanic, honestly. Does it still deal with him V-bar like crush counters? No, it doesn't. But does it make us all excited? Yes, it does.
Definitely. Oh, geez, look at this conversion. I'm excited. Here we go. Okay, only 7 hits. Not the biggest one, but still scary.
Yeah, and Flux fully cornered after the back rise decision. Gil still gets great Oki after every Coral Kick combo ender either way, so quick rise or back rise is pretty futile. And futile situation here with the ice down here in the corner. But the button, the stand medium punch from Poison moved her forward to get past the ice.
Yeah, geez, I've never seen that setup before. Like, I was thinking, what's he doing? Just doing tap tap light, but I guess that's just for manual timing and to make you want to press something. But okay,
Yeah.
Prophet, I see you. You can't spell Prophet without pro. Here we go.
Yeah, it could also be that the ice was used just a little too close to the corner, or it could be that Flux standing up shortened the character's hurt box and made the ice whiff when on a crouching opponent it would make contact.
Oh, geez, here we go. Gee, you got me thinking, but man, we're looking at Prophet because he's going to think, what's the setup?
The setup will secure a stun if it hits, no matter what it comes.
I think this is
And
going
it's
to
a
kill.
medium kick. It certainly will. Still plenty of V-trigger combo left to use, but won't even get to see the end of the combo. Maybe we'll get a chance to see one next round or next game. This is the point that puts one player up 2-1. It's one of the most important points in the set.
Oh, geez, you said it is right. So you know, Urine. I mean, excuse me. Jeez, I could just call him Urine. Guild players use, you normally see them go for Kirk or to end to end the round and stuff. So, but it's not a bad idea to save onto the meter just like that, to use it to gain retribution into the corner. Lots of damage.
Perfect spacing on this retribution pickup. Prophet masterfully converting. Flux Waves needs their chance now to switch sides. Unable to roll through though because Prophet's wise and does back rise. Flux gave up the guaranteed corner switch combo for a chance at one. No meter here yet. Wow, overhead does so much damage. I think I caught Prophet doing something other than blocking standing. It obviously did, but I don't know if it was because of blocking or because of trying to jump out.
I don't know. It's this move is very similar to Evil Ryu's EX axe kick. The same with Kage. So it's sometimes you can't tell if it's a mistake or not, but if it worked, it worked.
Yeah, I just couldn't quite see what Prophet was doing. I dropped a frame or two, but a frame or two is very important in Street Fighter V. It's why 3-frame wake-ups are so good. Prophet just showed us that.
Oh, geez. Not anti-tearing the knees there that time was Flux.
Coral kick into the corner, into a one-hit stun situation, but the kill could come either way, even without a stun.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous here. Oh, geez. If Flux gets the right hit, this could be a ton of damage. Great V reversal. Sees whip cancel. As a millennial, I'm a fan of cancel culture, so cancel all the whips!
Yeah, you got all the millennial humor on deck.
I'm
Don't
ready,
worry,
man.
I'm not too alienated as a 1997 baby.
Oh,
Somewhere between Zoomer and Millennial, I don't know where exactly.
I just can't help myself, man.
Don't worry. It can't be helped. Prophet can't help but want to convert off of every juggle on cryokinesis. We even saw an attempt there with Coral Kick. Prophet preserves the corner situation regardless.
Oh, some characters, Gil doesn't have the greatest fireball, but sometimes these fireball, cancels in the corner are actually kind of hard for some characters to deal with.
Yeah, because obviously cryokinesis adds a big gap for you to interrupt, but you can cover that gap with pyrokinesis really quickly. So simple mix-ups on the projectile, and a simple conversion for Prophet to win tie up the set once more. We're back, arrived at 2-2.
We just saw so much good stuff from Prophet. I soaringly thought he was ahead, but man, so we are here at the final game, and that's gonna be, man, tomorrow's gonna be the final game between the Rays, Astros. Go Rays, please, because they've been choking it. It's tied now, just like this set. You guys have it, folks. You have Flux or Prophet. These two are very familiar with seeing top 8 here at the Casa.
Yeah, if anyone is going to be choking in this match, it's going to be rectified when Prophet, playing Gil, grabs the neck of the opponent with a throw and just shakes that blockage loose,
Oh, jeez. Shaking blockage loose here. Jeez, we're not in the hospital either. Oh, jeez, what a parry!
And the parry also stole Fluxway's meter. Flux wasn't able to get the cancel the EX heart rate out in time, and now the entire round is looking canceled. Full retribution conversion gets a highly scaled stun. Prophet has the meter though to set up a reset. Actually, Gil can't standing reset you, though, so it's just going to be a hard knockdown
Oh,
into an overhead, which you can combo off of thanks to the frame kill and lab work that Prophet has done in advance. That was the one-player game that Prophet's been looking to play since round 1 of Game 1.
and that was definitely, like you said, that was all lab work there. This man has been studying. He's been looking through the microscopes, the microfiches. This man has it all. Actually, microfiches is my library, but you know what I mean.
I mean, libraries are useful too. Definitely a library of frame data you have to know in order to get meaty overhead combos. One of my favorite things to see. Not much of a library to get a simple counter hit conversion in a Crouch Fierce, though. This is the staple for Prophet at this point. We've seen it hundreds of times. Fluxwave doesn't want to see it anymore, and they can't afford to. Fluxwave needs to put the damage on the table now.
Yeah, and just like a library, he needs to make some good reads here. Oh, geez, great answer. He is ready. This character is just so good at pressure. She's so good at everything. Oh, what a shimmy by Flux and good damage on it, too.
High stakes here. The curtain falls. Full. Oh, the counter hit on Crouch Medium Punch allows the Pyrokinesis to combo into Super. It gives Prophet a 3-2 victory over Flux Waves. A well-earned one. Capitalized and exclamation point on it with that critical art. Huge win for Prophet and for the Illuminati, triumphing over Poison and Flux Waves and all of the cost of victory that player represents. Losers bracket action too, so an elimination.
I was just about to say that. I was like, guys, this is first round losers? Who took these guys out to put them in losers? Oh, so it was Carlos who put Flux in losers, put Prophet in losers. Z's nuts, man, such strength we have at Casa.
Yeah, and if you'd like to explore any more bracket paths, you can also follow on the bracket with exclamation point bracket. It'll take you to our challenge, which is getting more and more interesting to read as the night goes on. Right now on it, you can see that Tenachi will be playing Prophet in Losers Round 7. We call that Losers Quarters. On the other end of that is Crouch Fierce versus Mr. Mad Gears. Going to see some Ed/Urian versus Abigail on that one. But before any of that happens, I think we're going to run winners finals between Carlos FL playing Chun and Z's Nuts on Akuma. That is just a read, though. Oh, no, it's Mr. Mad Gears. All right, we can run losers quarters first. But winners finals will be before losers semis. One of these players is going to make it into losers semis. I can't wait to see who it is between Mr. Mad Gears, who is already in our lobby here, and who did I say it was? Tenachi?
Oh, Crouch Fierce.
Yeah, thank you.
So I'm expecting Crouch Fierce here to play Samurian. You know, even when Abigail was at his best in that pseudo season 3, whatever it was, pseudo. You know, when we had Shin Abigail, Urian was one of the few characters that actually still gave him trouble. And so as the character got worse, the other character got better. So yeah, I'll definitely say, you know, it's the most wise of moves to play Urian for this one.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, Season 3 was a little sad for some Urian players after some general nerfs, but most importantly, he lost headbutt loops for like a solid 8 months. Thankfully, they were restored in Season 3.5, but taking away the style combos, man, that's just not cool.
Not cool indeed.
Yeah, thankfully,
Tyrant style.
Oh, look, remember, we do have the Zeku option from Crouch Fierce. It was unsuccessful, but it is still the character we see on the player card. I don't imagine we'll see it in match. In fact, I really have no idea what character to bet on. I do know to bet on Abigail for Mr. Mad Gears, and personally as a grappler player, as somebody who believes in the triumph of grapplers in Street Fighter V, I'm going to bet on the character with the K-Man grab, and none of those are being played by Crouch Fierce.
Oh boy, we're gonna see. I'm still loading right now. I'm at the please wait screen. But yeah, I'm just, you know, all I could say is Urian would be the smart decision here. It is losers, and thanks for the subscription, Trigger Talk TV. To see you here, my friend. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to Casa officially, I guess technically. You're always welcome here, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. You can be anywhere else, but you're here. It's another lovely Friday night, and I'm glad to have you all with me.
Yeah, it's getting a little colder here in autumn. The seasons are changing in October. So the Casa windows are shut, but you can still hear the party going on, and you'll see that the door is unlocked as you find your way into the Casa. Door stays open all week. You can enter at any time on our challenge page, or you can watch the stream on YouTube or here live.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/dammitdom is where you can find Mr. Mad Gear's anti-airing Crouch Fierce into the corner with their own Crouch Fierce.
And speaking of damn it, Dom, you guys have to check his Twitter because he posted the most sick T-shirt he has today. It's worth a look. But anyways, having Abigail says, "Okay, Crouch Fierce, it's worth a look. Let me throw you 30 feet in the air."
30 feet. The gravity is still working. Gravity check successful. Crouch Fierce, by the way, finally back on Urian, familiar ground. The character that has brought Crouch Fierce some top 3 placements here, and the V-trigger choice that every Urian appreciates seeing. We are at Aegis Reflector, no more Tyrant Pressure. We get a chance to see it now. I know Crouch Fierce wants to activate, but won't get the chance, actually. Got gravity squeezed.
Yeah, and I like Mad Gear's using that option right now. In the very first round, back Fierce, skill 1 parry, it lets even though this Crouch Fierce didn't see and got hit, it gives him a sense that, oh, this is something I have to watch out for. It's not so free to do that.
Now, not so free for Abigail to run in on you if you have V skill 2 on your magnetic spheres as Urian. Trade combo was almost achieved there from Crouch Fierce. Could have seen 2 of those Crouch Fierces. The titular attack of this character. There's one of them on the counter hit medium punch, followed up by a magnetic sphere with extra layers, giving you the air reset.
Man, what a trade on the 4 frames there by Mad Gears. Oh, geez, getting EX command grab, such a Weeding Hunt Junior range. Goes for the setup. Okay, blocked.
A lot of ground gained on the cross-up jump, though. It's a great setup. It works as a safe jump against headbutt, too.
Oh, the damage.
That's the one thing that Aegis Reflector on Wake Up will always beat. Lights. Gonna have to crush counter it or grab it or something next time, but getting hit by a little bit of Aegis Reflector on Wake Up is no problem for Mr. Mad Gears, who's piloting 1100 life Abigail and had plenty of life to spare against that Wake Up option.
Yeah, what a great, even though this character got neutered a little bit down, this character is still very good at the highest of levels. Especially on his birthday, he gets the power up.
Yeah, he certainly has. And one thing that feels like a power up is when you don't get anti-aired. You get to apply a lot of free gray life, but Crouch Fierce is making it back up by pressuring the opponent. That is until Mr. Mad Gears backdash the throw attempt. Urian's projectiles are so good, and by that I mean his shoulder and the projectile that's used in this follow-up combo in the corner, putting Mad Gears in a devastating situation. V-trigger comeback is the only way forward here.
Yeah, and this character can definitely do it a little tougher against Fireball characters, but he has to make the right decisions.
Yeah, the right one seems to be tossing the opponent 30 feet in the air. Following up with Oki, not getting anti-aired on any of the jump-ins, by the way. This whole sequence started from a block-jumped heavy kick.
Oh, man, and Crouch Fierce reacting perfectly there. Optimal meter game, but he already had full bar, so looking good here for him on this second round of game 2.
There's another layer to the throw choice that Crouch Fierce made. Abigail can choose to run into parry. Parry can only hit strikes, so you want to punish with throw to stay extra safe. Even though we already saw the throw whip from Mad Gears, it's good that Crouch Fierce has all the other options on the mind and is used to Abigail's miracle parries.
Miracle parries is right, because he's going to have to... some more of them here, because he, down in the... at least down in the round here. Jeez, my English, please.
That's another V-Skill 2 going unchecked. Abigail was just outside of that sweep range. Kind of got to try to stay there to at least threaten against fireballs and V-Skill 2.
Here we go. Oh, geez. What a block there, but he got hit by the cross-up knee. Did you see that?
I did. It was, the knees were looking pretty thick there, and Abigail's got a large, meaty head. I wouldn't be so sure what side to block myself, especially with the mirror sandwiching me, making me have to cross-up block even sooner. And another ambiguous situation was created after the air reset. Urian can go to the other side and target combo hit confirm you with the greatest of ease. But Crush Fierce is taking no risk, keeping the opponent cornered and still getting the hit that led to the round and game for them.
That was just weird at that range. I would have put money that it would have been hit in the front, but no, it's a new thing to Street Fighter. But I actually really like the system here that they let you know if it crosses up or not.
Yeah, yeah. Good to add the clarity post haste. They're not going to tell you the cross up's coming. They're not going to tell you the reset's coming. Seems like Mr. Mad Gears didn't acknowledge it as a possibility. So Crouch Fierce got a lot of bonus damage on the stun.
Okay, it's a good start. Jeez, we're armor through.
It's a good start, but an even better continuation.
It's two more.
Getting even better. A prayer, a headbutt, a full charge V-Trigger 2 usage. Don't have the life for armor anymore, though. So it's going to have to come from some kind of hit conversion. Crouch Fierce needed no such thing. Just a stray crouch medium kick. Great to toss out there. Low risk, high reward if they have no life left.
Oh, low risk, high reward. That's a great example there. Is EX Run Punch. If Spacewell, not many characters can do anything about it, but if Abigail lands it, man, so much damage on the table.
Nah. See, Mad Gears is a lot less greedy than me. Stunning with a big light combo. Still going to see a lot of scaling here, but that's fine. Still have a big life lead. Finds the command grab afterwards to build a lot of meter going into round 3.
Man, remember when this character's EX command grab had like the longest range? Man, the good days, right?
I used to do stand medium punch on block and take a micro step forward and EX command grab for a full combo and Oki. Now I do it from point blank off of no attacks whatsoever. That's it.
I remember Tasty Blue saying, man, he would shimmy with EX command grab. Jeez.
Yeah, times have changed, and times have gotten a lot worse for Mr. Mad Gears, who is finally falling victim to that cross-up the first time that Crouch Fierce chooses to use it, after 2 appearances where the cross-up was not used. All those other mix-ups are a big deal, but strike versus throw has always been the biggest deal in Street Fighter V. It's the mix-up that was used to take that game and give Crouch Fierce a 2-1 lead in the set.
Okay, monkey business. So I gotta ask you, we're at the birthday party here. Abigail is about to blow the cake. What wish does he have to make to win the set right now?
He said, I wish my friend Tyler the Tire would come in. V-Skill 2 is the only thing that will bail me out. I need to fight Yuri in V-Skill 2 with my own V-Skill 2. I'm not able to parry these Violet's knees like I want to. I need a friend right now.
What did you say its name was?
Tyler the Tire.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna use that.
Yes. So maybe we'll see it. It's nice to not feel so outnumbered when you're up against Urian and the entire budget of the Illuminati, right? I mean, at least you get like a $200 monster truck tire on your team if you pick V-Skill 2. Hopefully it's not Zeku or something.
Yeah.
Nah, it's still Urian and Abigail here, and still the same choices of skill and trigger. As much as we wanted to see our friend Tyler, the Tire, it's going to be parries. Hope maybe a couple more of them against some of the Violet's knees. If they come out, though. Crouch Fierce's style has been very non-committal, really making Mad Gears have to come to him, and does so with a run right there as Mad Gears.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, like, this matchup, it's kind of hard, so Mad Gears is going to have to find his ways to get in here.
There's the knee, though, and it was just a trade on the entire attempt from Mad Gears, who used Light Punch. That's where you really need to see the parry brought out, because Abigail gets huge damage off of it, and quarter carry.
Yes. Of course, like, if you make the wrong read, then bam, the opponent can take a lot of damage out of you.
Yeah, right. So you don't always know if Urian's going to use the spacing of Violet's knee that will actually make contact with you. And your parry can get baited for that reason. So it's not a completely solved issue. I didn't mean to imply that it was. Although definitely getting a lot worse as things continue to get violent thanks to those knees. Mad Gears returns to mid-screen at least, but runs out of life just in time for Crouch Fierce to take that round before Mad Gears got to activate V-Trigger.
And what a shimmy, and Crouch Fierce using the third strike tech there, the mirror and then kneeing over, great stuff, still effective to this day.
Yeah, it is so classic. Optimal path of combo right there, including the reset for the second time. Mad Gears just not blocking during the stun combo and getting perfected as a result. I can't believe Crouch Fierce was able to do a full charge heavy kick twice. I mean, you have supers, Abigail. Your players are supposed to be gorillas or something, mashing super the whole time.
I would.
I would, right? I mean, that stun combo, for all intents and purposes, was dropped, but instead it worked out to be a perfect overhead slash plus on block reset that also happens to be a full combo on hit. I mean, you couldn't get a better deal if you're Crouch Fierce, who takes it to the bank and declares 3-1, sending Abigail and the Mad Gear Gang into bankruptcy. Quite an IOU that was just sent over, unpayable. Until next week on Casa.
And I do hope that he has a good rest of his birthday. What I don't hope is I hope it wasn't really a laggy match, and that's him giving up, because it's just one thing you hate to see. But
yeah, I think it really was just Mad Gear's not expecting 2 overhead full charge heavy kicks because it happened twice, and you know,
yeah, you're right.
Who gives up on stun, right? Like, you have a lot of life as Abigail. You were expecting to survive the stun combo if you weren't mashing. Maybe just not acknowledging the possibility of a reset to come so soon. There's a couple crafty ways to reset the opponent that a lot of players use as a kind of signature move. You remember Luffy would play Mika and he would do a stun combo that starts with a jump in, then medium punch, and then clap. But after clap, instead of Irish Rip, he would stop and do EX command grab.
Ah.
And it had like 100% success rate, even though after season 1, it became neutral or -1 on hit without the Irish Whip. So like, it kind of sucked, but he sealed so many games and matches with it at the highest level of play.
What I really like about the success of Luffy was that he was the guy that a lot of people, after he won Evo in SF4, people like, it's because of Rose. Rose is too good. It wasn't really Luffy, but man, Street Fighter V, completely different characters, completely different mechanic, and he's still putting victories on the board.
Yeah, there's only one element of Luffy's character choice in Street Fighter that has stayed consistent, actually.
Yeah.
And for those of you that know what that is, congrats, you're a Luffy fan, and you might be a fan of something else that's heavily present throughout the entire Street Fighter franchise.
Oh, geez, I feel like I'm on the wrong end of the trivia now.
Well, at least you know what the answer is. I assume a couple of you do. But, Luffy, proving that you can play that kind of play style with that kind of body of character, whether it's zoner or grappler, right? Making it work either way across the generations. A player that is always growing is a player that's always changing, except for that one element of character design that he's always appreciated.
I totally, it took me a long time. I just got it about 5 seconds ago. Good call. That just adds to the lore. Just like the lore here, are we going to see Valve the Brothers, Gil versus Urian?
Yeah, I think it's finally happening. This Gil may be the Retribution character, but this is Urian's chance at retribution and revenge against his brother, and it's a matchup that we've all been waiting to see for such a long time. I think in concept it's so exciting because the characters lack what the other one has. Gil, 3-frame jab, privilege, power, notoriety, prestige. Urian has an invincible reversal for 1 bar, does not have the 3-frame jab. Gil, no invincible reversal outside of super. A super that he never has because he's spending EX all the time. Urian, by contrast,
We're getting there.
I would say the only thing they share is the chance for V-trigger robbery potential. And Aegis going to represent a little bit stronger there instead of Ice of Doom. But either way, we're finally going to get to see them happen at the same time. We have arrived. The grid is where it's going down.
And I saw him in the chat earlier. Shoutouts to Tommy Two Steps. I think he was the one who was running the Master of Mirrors tournament. It used to be an all Urian tournament. Then Gil came out like, well, can we put his brother in? Yeah, sure. So it's a tournament where it's either Urian or Gil. It's a good one to watch. I don't think he's had one for a while, but this is a pretty exciting match, though. Like you said, they have tools to fight each other well. Sibling rivalry at its best. Normally, I find something that's very cringe, but this is a good one.
Yeah, and I spoke about some of the differences in their key specials, their reversal differences, but one thing that's really similar, they both got coral kicks, they both have nice low medium kicks, non-committal pokes on stand medium kick. I think you'll see a little bit more safe play there from Prophet, though. Looking unsafe, completely blown up by V-trigger to Urian, though.
That was a lot of damage.
Yeah, it was the entire use of the trigger. Prophet, by contrast, still has trigger left over and has a life lead. But Urian's got the reversal to bust through the entire full screen block string setup from Prophet.
I know that was kind of genius because it was gonna, it's a very common thing for Gil to just follow up the fireballs, follow it up, maybe even Larry through like he did there. So great decision making by Tanachi, but he's got to make a great decision here. No life left to give.
Yeah, also a shoulder for a shoulder. Prophet using a whiff punish with his own shoulder against Tanachi's. I love Tanachi's variety of defensive answers against Prophet's use of cryokinesis into full screen shoulder, and where the cryokinesis hits after to make you plus on block. We saw it get reversal through with EX headbutt and be reversaled. So Prophet won't be getting any offense started for free against Tanachi. Tanachi's a defensively minded player.
Yeah, defensively minded right there. Using the EX headbutt to go through the fireball. So I don't think Gil has really any true strengths in the fireball, so they all can be interrupted by something. I mean, some strengths are tighter than others.
Yeah, there's nothing that will jail and guarantee a fireball on block. I'm pretty sure the only thing... Yeah, no, not even Fierce.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. And, Tanachi trying to make V-Trigger 2 look something fierce here. Jeez, what a confirm. Light kick by Prophet.
Guaranteed V-reversal spot there. Prophet takes advantage of it, but far out of range of the super is Prophet. Prophet, I think, might have accidentally canceled that or assumed Tanachi would be closer. Could have used the cancel OS for cryokinesis in the super.
Yeah, for sure. And the hard part... Oh, geez. Okay, so a little ahead here, but Prophet looking very good. That crouching fierce, geez, what a god, and that's Gil for you. But like I was saying here, never mind, I just forgot my thought because, I mean, it's just... That's Gil for you. Sometimes you could be jaw-dropping, make you forget what you say.
I mean, look how pretty he is on the win pose, right? My jaw's been dropped just about the whole time.
So we talked about who's, you talked about how Urian is, if he had to buy Urian, he'd be a cosplayer. Who would be the better cosplayer right now? Urian looking like the better one, wearing that Donovan costume there.
Yeah, he's at least committed to the idea of cosplay, but I think Gil is really good at cosplaying himself. It's a very dramatic costume.
Oh, I just realized what I was going to say. So, if you guys didn't know, Prophet's main is actually Urian. So, to beat someone that knows how to fight his own character, using his own character, that's very tough. Especially at the highest of levels that Prophet is playing as. And Tanachi.
Yeah, but with all of the knowledge Prophet gained playing as Urian, I think Prophet has a distinct advantage in knowledge here. Tanachi's dealing with a character that's still pretty new to the game and pretty underrepresented. Only players like Prophet, Taj, maybe a few others, handfuls in the US. But I haven't seen any other Gil's anti-air with Gil heavy kick yet. That is Prophet's responsibility to show us.
Perfect decision, just like right on his foot, the perfect choice. And also, man, that was a sick little space trap that Prophet did using stand jab as the buffer.
Yeah, but never at the right spacing to jump on Urian. So many great anti-air choices from that character between heavy kick, between forward medium punch, and the launcher of crouch heavy punch. That's the one that everyone goes for. They love the big rewards.
Yeah. And who doesn't? Everybody will pay that higher APR for the high reward credit cards. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly right. Make me feel like I'm making money while spending it. Spend nothing on this combo that takes Tanachi to the corner and kills him with super right after. Tanachi going down with all the defensive resources. One bar and V reversal there, but none of them got to be used. I think he got hit by like a raw jump in.
Yeah, jeez. Seraphic Wingu looking pretty seraphic here. Good choice. So do you think Tanachi's going to switch to the Bipson here?
No, I think this is a demonstration of his Urian's ability more than anything. And if you wanted to play Bison, you would want to give yourself a chance to fully adjust to the set throughout. You'd switch a lot earlier, or you'd switch as soon as you went to losers, but it's all Urian today, as we can see on the screen right now. It's all Donovan.
I mean, it's not like he's going from a worse character to a better one. I mean, Urian very, very strong, going to another very strong character in Bison. If he did, but sticking here.
Yeah, he just likes his purple energy. That's all Tanachi needs.
Purple energy's good.
And charge characters, too. Key difference, of course, between both their brothers. Motions versus charge. Urian's very stiff. Not sure which one is more like muscular and stiff in posture, but definitely Urian on the input end, often having to hold back or down back. Gil is free, liberated, unchained, buffering with motions whenever he wants, throwing the opponent in the corner, can now press quarter circle forward and get a V-trigger sequence started with Fireball.
Yeah. But man, great wake-up buns there by Tanachi, knowing that, hey, you're not going to walk up on me after post-throw. Go, oh, that setup. What a bait by Prophet, just do nothing.
Yeah, Tanachi could tell that the cancel into VT was kind of botched. Prophet, no, had the patience to make sure that no fireball, excuse me, no headbutt would bother him, then secured the corner and the round regardless.
And then walk back, shimmy. Oh.
The Doom on Ice of Doom is not from cross-up mix-ups or weird knee stuff. It's just from the sense of dread that you feel as Prophet walks back and forth on you.
Oh, geez, here we go. Speaking of walk back and forth here. Shoulders, lariats.
And medium kicks, of course. The secret ingredient of Prophet's domination. Poking so safely. You can really tell that Gil is more flexible than his brother from that medium kick difference. Just a slightly better button is Gil's. Better recovery, better startup. I think it reaches further. Full juggle conversion into super. That's it's not retribution, but it's going to be a lot of damage right towards the end of the combo. Oh my god, he's a goner. That is Prophet with a 3-0 over Tanachi. And Gil canonically beating his brother for what must be the 100th time in Street Fighter.
Man, imagine getting beat by your brother 100 times, over 100 times, in however many hundreds of years they apparently lived. Man, I would definitely be salty.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that Urian's been salty. Look at his angry face here on the player cards. Gil looking prideful, composed. He's painterly. And you can see Tanachi left the lobby a little bit sooner than Prophet. Urian would definitely be a rage quitter in real life, just saying.
Yeah, he'd be a rage quitter. He'd also be the guy that yells at the drive-thru person, "You forgot my bagels!"
Yeah. Where are the bagels?
Wait, don't forget the tomatoes. Yeah, that would be his voice.
And then Gil's out there in the backseat like, be patient, brother. The bagels will come regardless of your spiteful tone.
And the bagels will come. Predictions to be had here. Oh, we are going to get winners finals here. And folks, I'd like to hear your predictions as we go to winners finals. We're going to have Carlos FL versus Z's Nuts. Definitely, no offense to these guys, it's not the prediction I was going to make for winners finals, but well earned by both competitors here, beating very strong opponents, beating favorites for tonight, beating Prophet. And another group of people you don't see tonight that I didn't see in the bracket, maybe for the first time in a long time, are the LI guys.
Oh yeah, maybe taking a night off on Casa. They've definitely had a long stay. Probably the most historic tenants in Casa. They've been rooming together, splitting the rent 3 ways to make it extra affordable. Guaranteed Long Island representation in most of our top threes between Diego, Marvisto, and Moons. But today, things are a little bit different. Casa has moved south for what is soon to be the winter. A lot more Florida and Texas players in tonight, and it's great to see.
And definitely. So hopefully the connection is gonna be good. So Carlos living in Atlanta, a little bit closer to Montreal, but still, that's still of a long paddle. But here we go, Chun-Li versus Kuma. You'd probably see this match in Third Strike a lot, but not so often this day and age. But still, very good characters here.
Yeah, they're both committed so far to playing the range game. For Chun, that's just with normals, with heavy punch. A little bit of fireballs from Z's Nuts, though. Finally finds a whiff punish with stand medium punch.
Man, interesting. Even though Carlos was getting hit by all those fireballs, it just took 2 fierces or so to tie up the damage.
I wasn't sure about that spacing on the Chun forward heavy kick. Neither was Z's Nuts. The stand light punch check was there for that reason. Setting up a crush counter now is Z's Nuts moving towards the corner. Having to deal with a Chun activation, but it might have to be for next round. God, I'm so eager to point out all the things that a player can do to survive or thrive, and then they die. I'm always so optimistic.
I mean, optimism is always welcome here at Casa, and it's optimistic because to me it's always a good time. The brackets are always good. The chat is always good. I see you guys.
Yeah, thriving, I would say, tonight. A lot of great life there on Z's Nuts side, and loses it to just one Kikoken. Even more great life after a V-skill parry. That's lost too. This is giving Carlos a lot of room to widen the life lead. Only saving grace is Z's Nuts about to get V-trigger. We'll get one with a couple more blocked pierces. Blocked Kikoken gives it to him.
Yeah, just look at this game that Carlos is playing. He's just trying to play a normal, occasional fireball here, there, but just, playing the range game here. Crouching medium kick. Stand fierce.
The game plan mostly unchanged. Still Kikokens and Fierces. Even against the potential high reward buffers that Akuma now has on deck.
Oh, jeez. What? That was a legit one-hit confirmed by Carlos.
Chun has a nice generous cancel window, and EX legs is safe on block anyway, so let it rip, Carlos. Let it rip, and we'll say it was a hit confirm anyway. How about that?
That's how we are.
Yeah.
Here we go. But Z's Nuts, he can one hit can go into super, and this will kill for him. He just has to find the opening. Oh!
Yeah, instead it was Carlos finding the startup of that fireball and counter hitting it. Z's Nuts was probably OS canceling that fireball into super based on proximity that could have led to the kill. So it was very close. If the fireball was earlier, we could be on a Z's Nuts victory screen right now.
S'il vous plaît, let's go Zena. So, yeah, he's still holding on to that meter here. How is he gonna? Man, he's still holding on. Doesn't care. He's been letting go of the meter. Go, or knockdown. Season 5 Chun.
You reach a point with meter where you aren't able to build it anymore. Thankfully, we see it spent right there. Very great corner carry on that. Also good Oki too, hitting the corner.
Ooh, rare V reversal usage by Z's Nuts, but good choice when your opponent's in the corner.
Yes, and all the conditioning from all of the prior Fierces has Z's Nuts antsy to try to punish it. That's where Kikosho comes in to make it safe and lead to a full combo.
But here we go. Any normal can do it here, but and Carlos is going to the stock market, trading in those stocks. He takes game 1 here on a trade.
Definitely a favorable trade. I would maybe reinvest in whatever company that was. I believe it was the company of forward medium punch hitting the fireball in a trade situation. Very nice button to choose. Counter hit reward is EX legs as well. Be on the lookout for that. One of Chun's most important one-hit confirms. Reminiscent of Mika's stand medium punch.
As some people say, I don't buy Chinese stocks because Chun-Li is looking good here. The master of Kung Fu. Something.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying this one. I'm buying the entirety of Carlos's performance through top 8. It could result in winners finals soon enough if this keeps up.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys are liking Carlos' play and you think he's gonna do well here tonight, be sure to hit ! match, or you can hit free, type in the code and free donations towards the prize fund. It helps out on players like this, makes the tournament experience a little bit better for everybody.
I'm shocked that Carlos was able to have such a good experience after blocking such a deep air fireball, but Z's Nuts was... Hey, there's that forward medium punch counter I confirm right on cue. I only talked about it like 45 seconds ago. Nice to see it hit on its first chance to hit. That shows the awareness and Chun knowledge that Carlos is representing.
Representing is right. He's looking good here. Oh, jeez. Okay, that was just definitely a whip punish into a cancel.
Plenty of time to recognize the forward heavy punch. I'm surprised that Z's Nuts press it. It's one of Akuma's riskier buttons for sure for that whiff recovery.
Jeez, look at this stagger by Carlos. It's just hard to get. It's hard for Z's Nuts to get in just because, sure, he wants to take to the air, but Carlos has been anti-airing him every single time. Okay, that's a good way, take advantage of a missed opportunity.
But all the corner carry has now been denied with Carlos returning to mid-screen firmly. One crouch medium kick, low hit confirm at the time. Even heavy legs gives the knockdown now, so Carlos is sitting comfortably. Just has to wait out this V-trigger, and then it's smooth sailing to the victory. Kind of hard to wait out this V-trigger, though.
Ooh, and the medium punch is going to take it here. Carlos is up. Definitely convincing 2-0 so far, so Z's Nuts. Maybe he's gonna go to characters like that. I've only known him as an Akuma player. So yeah, we'll see what he's gonna do here. It's not gonna be the worst thing. This is winners finals as a reminders, guys. Yeah, it's a little bit of a surprise here to see these two names here in winners finals with the other names in the bracket, but that just goes to show you how thick and stacked the competition is.
Yeah, but no matter what level of competition it is, anti-airing is always a difficult task. Respecting the jump in has landed Carlos in the corner, giving Zsnuts a chance to assert some momentum early in this important game to keep themselves alive.
Bay, he's totally fine with this. He's still sticking to the game plan. Out neutraling Akuma, definitely Chun wins the neutral there. So he's totally fine with just, picking the life lead back up. He's gonna be trying to gain it with new normals. That's totally fine to him.
Yeah. However, out of range to punish with medium punch was Chun. Akuma thriving for that reason. It was all about Carlos finding the next opportunity for a low medium kick into heavy legs.
And just like this, we're just going very slow. It's almost half time of the round here, and we're still at like 60% versus 40% right now. That could have been the start for something, but Carlos is just not even gonna, he's not even gonna dash down for pressure. Just back to neutral where he's been winning.
Every single one of those V skills from Zsnuts is a lot braver when Zsnuts isn't even building V meter anymore. Was about to run out of chance to build any meter, but Carlos didn't finish the combo after the 2-piece, so Zsnuts has one chance amount of V-trigger comeback and needs to activate V-trigger to make it happen. Has to fight through 2 V reversals, which seem to be being held so far by Carlos.
So Carlos has been, he's been teching some of these throws by Zsnuts. Oh geez, as he's on set point here, but Zsnuts trying to, V-trigger activation into the ground pound, trying to bait a throw, but Carlos not biting.
Yeah, it could be the absence of the throw threat in general that Zsnuts may notice when watching this setback. It's you're gonna set yourself up to land a lot more rewarding hits with full combos if you start throwing the opponent and convince them to throw tech. You can bait that with forward heavy punch or walk speed. You can punish with a crush counter, build yourself some V meter on top of great damage and stun. And you stun with medium DP if you're Zsnuts, firmly securing yourself in this set for at least one more round, spending both bars to do it is Zsnuts, putting the flashy effects on the screen. Thank you so much for that. Spending 2 bars, dealing with a slight meter disadvantage, but with Akuma, all you need is one EX Demon Flip to take the opponent to the corner on hit, and then you're golden.
Landing that crush counter, making the Akuma campaign make crush counters great again. We are back to this neutral, so Zsnuts doesn't want to be here, and I'm looking forward because I think we're gonna see a cancel into super here, perhaps as a fireball answer or just as a stand fierce into super. It's gonna be a lot of damage for Chun-Li.
Wow, forward medium punches 2 being represented. Basically every medium button in the book is functioning properly here for Carlos, but the simple task of walking forward functioned well for Zsnuts. Combine that with a jump forward and we reach the corner, but a back throw from Carlos is going to be the thing that Zsnuts will not be recovering from. Zsnuts are permanently blue at the end of the super, which put the blue all over the screen, and Zsnuts is feeling a little blue himself, getting eliminated from winner's bracket, and giving Carlos a chance to rep Florida/Georgia all the way in to grand finals winner's side.
Man, you said it here, and that was a legit link from Carlos. Crouching medium kick into fireball, link into critical art. Man, it's great when your character can do that.
Yeah, right. And to have access from long range of spacings, thanks to the different Kikoken speeds you can mess with, it's such a fun combo to hit. Everybody kind of, you feel like you're flexing on them when you hit a spacing specific link in Street Fighter. And especially when you do it to put yourself in winner's side grand finals in Casa, you feel pretty good for sure.
Yeah. So you see in the chat, I mean, you see Zsnuts saying like, man, I don't know how to play neutral against Chun-Li. Like, as a commentator, you want to say this is how you do, but honestly, I didn't know what else to say. He was doing so good. It's just, how do you get past a wall that you can't climb? You have no tools to get through. It's impenetrable. Now is Carlos moving on to grand finals?
I would say, giving advice from the back seat of the crowd that we're commentating from, where we can barely see it or whatever, as I squint, I would say if you are feeling lost trying to play neutral against Chun, simply don't and throw your character at them in a variety of unexpected, unpatterned ways. You know, the raw EX Demon Flip doesn't let you down very often. I swear it doesn't. Walk up sweep as she walks back and forth in her own fierce range. High priority button. You could crush counter one of her mediums that she's always sticking out, especially if it's low medium kick. You could get, blocked and full punished, of course, but at what point is the Chun crouch blocking in their default neutral plan, right? And how
Yeah.
much more reward can you mount off of the sweep offensively than what Chun can mount off of any of her typical hits, especially if you got like V trigger in the mix or something. Sometimes you do have to make the comeback, and that's just the way Street Fighter 5 plays.
And speaking of comeback here,
yeah,
Yuri,
kind of a readback of that matchup.
Urian lost the first bout, and he said, "That was not the real brother. I'm the real brother. Crouch fierce."
That was just my cosplayer friend, Donovan.
This is the real thing. I'm in business attire.
Not quite the default Urian shade that Prophet is rocking with his Gil by comparison, but it is definitely costume 1, so the battle's feeling a little bit more canon than normal.
I mean, if this was V-Trigger 2 Urian, I'd almost say he's not running business tyrant pressure here. So, there we go.
I'm with it. I like that one. I like the stakes that we have reached right now with Ice of Doom running out and Aegis approaching. We're going to see how Gil deals with Urian's true V-Trigger. That is Aegis Reflector, and it's not going to be needed to take this round. So imagine how hard it's going to be when Aegis does come into the mix and adds mix.
Yeah, he's not getting to use it, but yeah, definitely one of the scariest V-Triggers, but I'll tell you what, Prophet as a user of the Aegis himself, if he knows how to deal with it, but at the same time, it's such a good V-Trigger. Even if you have the experience fighting it, like, it still puts you in tough situations.
Yeah, it definitely does. Both these characters create tough situations off counter hits and medium punch into Crouch Fierce. Crouch Fierce knows that well. Tough situation off of Aegis activation into one of the higher risk buffers. Crouch Fierce straight into the launcher. I'm sure we would have seen Prophet cancel that into VT or something to be safe if it were blocked. Wow. Ice of Doom just to push Crouch Fierce into the corner on block across the screen.
Jeez, what a headbutt. Beating the knees? I love it. I mean, preemptive. That was not a... I don't think that was a reaction.
God, the knees are the star of the show right now. Look at the mobility.
Here we go.
Both characters.
Oh man, Prophet not blocking the overhead. And that's how Crouch Fierce is taking game 1. Definitely a much different outlook than the last Urian versus Gil set we had here.
Crouch Fierce has gotten so much mileage. Actually, every player who plays either Urian or Gil is getting huge mileage off of Heavy Kick. But in particular, Crouch Fierce has been able to do Heavy Kick full charge against a lot of players and convert hard off of it after stun or in a regular situation there.
I mean, it's old news now, but man, what a great privilege to have, even though it's slow, a charged overhead that leads into a launcher into a lot of damage.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's certainly a privilege. I believe Urian's the only one with any such tool. Also a privilege to get 3 lights. It's not only his, but it is not too common outside of crouching opponents.
Well, okay, Crouch Fierce trying to Crouch Fierce shimmy. Didn't it like it worked the last set for him? Here we go, Prophet putting the PRO in Prophet here. Opts to make his combo short, go for his setup. What a block! Oh no, he tried to press a button after overhead.
Yeah, that opportunity was not there. The opportunity for throw tech was right there. It's the throw tech that saved Prophet's life.
Jeez, these 2 throw techs by Prophet, and he's out of the corner. Icicle of Doom. He uses it as the fireball instead of the icicle.
I don't know if Urian can keep up here without V-Skill 2. V-Skill 2 gets him in. A dash after goes unchecked. Prophet, sitting on just a pixel, has a lot of chip to do if he wants to win with it. 26 seconds on the clock. I think it's going to come down to a hit here.
Okay, very rarely seen Urian V-Reversal working well. It's a battle of fire and ice.
And gets the overhead. Crouch Fierce overextending going overhead, and Prophet showed you exactly why. Urian players want one thing, and it's disgusting. It's the round win at any cost. Prophet, as a former Urian player, knows this and knows the best punish against overhead. -6 on that, or -7 rather.
Yeah, knowing the exact frame data is crucial. George R.R. Martin is seeing this fire of ice, this battle of fire and ice, probably adding to a chapter to his book, taking forever to write. Here we go. Okay, into the corner. Oh boy. Oh boy,
Yeah,
Urian stuff.
that round was definitely George R.R. Martin, by the way.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Bad last season and all. Not his fault, please.
Definitely not.
Oh jeez, here we go. Gil, using that icicle from the arm. Oh, trying to follow, but that V skill of Urian's good.
Full conversion, retribution, just from 2 special moves across the screen. Prophet has showing so many unique ways to achieve retribution, even without V-trigger.
But it also shows me his reactions are so good, not letting, a lot of people, they don't have an answer to stop an opponent charging a V skill from far away, but Prophet here takes game 2 with a throw.
Yeah, that was important to dash up and throw there, because I think Prophet was maybe regretting canceling into Pyrokinesis instead of EX Shoulder to get a kill on that Crouch Medium Punch combo. So, I mean, nothing wrong with playing it safe and just canceling into Fireball, but we also hadn't seen much kind of hastier play, like double dash throw yet. That's the kind of thing you want the opponent worried about as you go into a game 3 against them. Game 2, excuse me.
And what I like is that Prophet is like, as he sometimes has the fireball going to the character, he's changing different options every time. He's not following every time, or he'll half follow, try to bait something out. So he's going for something different every time, to make the opponent think.
Yeah, that was different too. The deep walk from Prophet. Crouch Fierce got caught in the air backdashing, I think. Wise to want to get out of there. Well, I saw the first frame of startup on Urian's EX Shoulder. It was not enough to stop Gil EX Knee. Knee has gotten Urian out of so many ice ball situations, out of the corner even. We might see it used again here. No, his regular jump this time and a full combo as a result.
I know, good damage there, and he almost puts him on the other side of the corner. It gives time to guess, okay. Oh, what a Crouch Fierce by Crouch Fierce. We got brand points on. We got brand on point here tonight. Crouch Fierce, man. That's why he's Crouch Fierce.
Yeah, earning the namesake every step of the way, but Prophet has to earn the namesake of Prophet, and I believe Gil is some kind of prophecy in the Street Fighter canon. I know Colleen has been working to make it happen behind the scenes, along with the rest of the Illuminati.
Oh, this just outside the range of Crouch Fierce. That's a move that can be baited if the opponent keeps going for it.
Yeah, a lot of whip recovery on Crouch Fierce, so making it whiff and whip punishing is something that I think Crouch Fierce needs to be privy to. We saw Crouch Light Punch as the whip punish, but maybe we could get a headbutt charge off of Crouch Light Punch instead.
We go red. Oh, jeez. Okay, gets a combo for that. Jeez, I didn't think so.
Submerge. Shocking lack of juggle on the Aegis. I was shocked. Get shocked by this pickup too, though, and it's going to be a big one, spending everything to push the opponent towards the corner.
Oh, man. Prophet not going for the throw bait, goes for the Armpit of Doom there. Okay.
Yeah, Armpit of Doom only combos on counter hit medium kick, so you see it typically used when Prophet just wants to get away.
Oh, and the wake up crouching light kick, man. People were complaining about that button so long ago. It's fast and hits for so far.
One of the biggest four-framers out there. Urian's been sharing that privilege with the likes of Mika and Rashid for about 5 years now, and it has not gotten old for him or any of his players.
Man, I definitely think Guild could be sponsored by some deodorant company. You know those deodorant companies that have like a cool arid feel? Like that's a deodorant that Guild rocks here, the icicle, the armpit icicle. Jeez.
I'm pretty sure he's sponsored by Trojan Fire and Ice. We established that early, especially given that costume he has with the Trojan helmet.
Jeez, you're right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You win this one, Monkey.
I got my branding on deck. Social media superstar.
And geez, so Crouch Fierce there, looking to get wrapped up there because Prophet is gonna do a buffoonery there. Oh jeez, what an answer back roundhouse!
Very vertical anti-air. Both of them can hit that 90-degree angle. Flexible legs from the brothers.
Yeah, just a little bit out of range there for Prophet, unfortunately. Here we go, Aegis.
Mhm. Interesting exchange in neutral just prior to this. Prophet truly thought that EX Ice Ball had enough layers to pass through the Urian V-Skill 2 Fireball, but V-Skill 2 is just that good from Urian. Crouch Fierce was fully confident too in it.
Oh, geez. Okay, just the tip of the Lariat was good enough. It's probably safe at that space. Oh, man. And he was able to tap him with the crouching light kick at that close. Oh, this could be it. That's gonna be it. A little crouching light kick. A taste of your own medicine.
Yeah, that was the hot red toe. Plenty of athlete's foot on that one. I'm sure it's just as painful from the blue toes, though. We might see it. I'm sure he switches legs when he switches sides, right?
Man, anytime I hear athlete's foot, all I can hear in my head is John Mann saying, "Tough act into action." So here we go. Need a tough act here by Crouch Fierce. Looking down here, Prophet looking good.
When are we getting John Madden on Casa?
You know, sometimes you just have to hit them very hard and multiple times to win the game.
I think this play will be the winning one. It's called EX Headbutt towards the corner, right when you get the chance to score some offensive momentum. Use the X button to press it.
Well, John, sometimes you can put your opponent out of space that you do a button into a buffer and the move hits. It's a space trap.
Use the hit stick to charge shoulder by holding down for 40 frames, and then release it with forward and a button, specifically a kick.
Stop. Okay. So here we go. Prophet just needs one hit left. Could be anything. Could be a crouching light kick. Yes.
Crouch medium kick works just as well.
There you have it, man. So Prophet. All right. Here we go. Are we? Excuse me. I'm just trying to look at my scoreboard here. Yes. That's going to a last game, right?
Yes, 2-2 between both of them. So the brothers are getting the epic battle they have so desired. A personal one for sure between these two players.
Madden brackets when? Who knows?
Madden brackets. I will say if we get a third crush counter stand heavy punch in the row after those two, then you can see me in NFL 2K5 in tournament. That game is the only football game I play in tournament, other than Street 2.
And we're going with Terrell Owens in the cover, right?
Yes, it's the best football game ever made. You all know that, though.
No, it definitely is so good. And you know what's the best part about it? It was $20 brand new.
Yes! They wanted people to be playing their game. And that was so righteous because it was the best football game ever made. You can make your own crib in that game. Deck it out with your own team's gear. This is the Gill House now. He has claimed the training room. The grid is being used to demonstrate all kinds of retribution combos that we've never seen before. Ice of Doom was looking very threatening there.
You know, Trojan Man gear in the background of the Gill House.
Yeah. You're representing his brand deal. Calling up the celebrities on the voice box in NFL 2K5. Playing Steve-O's team or Carmen Electra. Please tell me you remember that detail.
Oh, geez, it's so long.
Yeah. I was 8 years old playing that. Like, damn, this is so cool. I don't know who these people are. I know what Coil Kick is, though. It's a counter hit conversion for both characters.
Jeez, what an interruption there. You know, one of the few times in life we get to say, great call of being rude, but great interruption there. Crouch Fierce, he's ready.
Yeah, and he has to stay ready in order to secure a chance at match point. Both players is about to be ready. He got V-Skill, so he can use it if it makes contact to build V-Trigger. He wants to build another one. He definitely, if he... Yep, it gave him V-Trigger.
Uh-oh, and here we go. Speaking of V-Trigger, gets the big combo. What are we going to end with? Okay,
Wake up, Aegis. Wake up, Aegis. His shoulder got interrupted by the low medium kick. Prophet saw it coming. It was written in the prophecy that he has been reading since he played Urian himself many years ago. And so Gil, the older brother, I think, the one in charge of the Illuminati, shows us why he has earned that title and why Colleen has been backing him for so long. It's because he knows how to hit EX shoulder in startup when the rest of us are getting hit by that thing like it's invincible and falling victim to the V-Trigger sequence that was sure to come afterwards if only Crouch Fierce had the chance to start it.
Chance to start it is right. We're going to keep going further into the bracket, so... in here. So it looks like we're gonna go into losers finals, right? So it's gonna be Prophet against Z's Nuts. So we're probably gonna see Akuma versus Gil. I mean, you want to talk
Yeah.
about a lore match? There's one right there.
Is Akuma versus Gil a lore match between bosses of Street Fighter titles from 2 to
Yeah,
3?
yeah, and in the lore, so Akuma, Raging Demon, Gil, and Gil actually survived. He was like one of the few people to actually survive this killing move, which apparently more people have survived than usual. So it's a
Yeah.
big.
Man, I'm pretty sure the only one to die was Gouken.
Oh, and then he somehow came back.
Did he? Oh, I thought like Street Fighter 4 took place before Gouken got Raging Demon.
Oh, I don't know. The continuation's all over the place. It's almost like Legend of Zelda confusing or Kingdom Hearts confusing.
Not as confusing as the content of fighting game matches themselves to uninitiated players who are encountering all of our terminology, silly words like meaty and okezeme, as if any of us actually speak Japanese. But I think everyone in the Casa stream chat is plenty initiated in the fighting game community. But if any of you have any questions as to what's going on, you can hit us up on Twitter. This commentary has been brought to you by Monkey Business and Jocks in a Box. And this bracket action is supported by the Capcom Pro Tour, as you see on the ad on the screen. Most importantly, the action is brought to you by our two players, Prophet and Z's playing Losers Finals for you here right now on Casa.
Yes, so if I'm correct, I think it was these nuts that actually put Prophet in losers.
Yes.
So what?
Okay. I recall that. Scanning the challenge. So this is an exciting chance for Prophet to really achieve retribution before heading back into Grand Finals for a winners finals run back, or excuse me, for a chance at Grand Finals loser side.
So you see, Monkey, even in the short amount of time, we already have lore built into the night.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm so excited. I was excited for that juggle, but Prophet took the Oki. Just as valuable.
And Akuma says, juggle this, because juggles are for clowns, and I'm going to show you that you're a clown. I'm going to beat you again. That's the goal.
Prophet did land a nice whiff punish with Crouch Medium Punch and wanted to get EX VTC activation after for a combo, but Akuma was just a little too far away. Would have had to have gone with shoulder, I think.
Okay, trying to use the last ice trap. Okay, no, it's not. No bait. Here we go. Oh, this buffer, the sequence. Oh, geez, what an uppercut by Z's Nuts.
Yeah, walk up uppercut is the most talented and skilled uppercut in Street Fighter V. Outside of maybe the crosscut.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that definitely, you know, they probably teach him on Montreal. You never know.
MTLSF has plenty of educational material being delivered. And who knows, maybe over there they have it offline going down already.
It's true.
Once on the clock. I love Prophet's spiteful shoulder, getting a little bit of meter building in before the round ended. Z's winning by timeout for the first time we've seen on Casa tonight. And a character with 900 life winning by timeout is pretty impressive.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Shades of Cross Tekken. I missed that game. Watching that game, I didn't really play it, but I watched it more. But you know, Prophet is gonna have to be watching these combos. These nuts is looking good here. Throw.
Is that the combo? 2 throws in a row, 1 hit each. It could be if you don't check the dashes.
2 throws. Let's go.
I recall a particularly funny piece of frame data. Akuma actually only -1 on forward dash after throw, so 4-frame characters still get bodied. Gil isn't one of them. He's getting crush counter though, and losing the game as a result. And Z's Nuts is picking up right where they left off after putting Prophet in losers so long ago.
Yeah, so Prophet running a train tonight, but he doesn't realize that he's facing the caboose, which is Z's Nuts. Perhaps the last train. That's the idea.
Yeah. And a train should never be in conflict with itself. I believe that's how crashes are started, and also how they end after several millions of dollars of property damage minimum, assuming this is just a cargo train and not a tragedy.
I mean, what if I'm speaking that the train is attacking itself, not physically, in the mind?
Yeah, I mean, I feel for the train, right? I have the capability to show empathy even for non-living things. I find I do that pretty frequently when I'm playing a little too angrily. I smash my stick at the end of the set, you know, and then I feel bad about it. Just kidding, I don't play stick, I play pad.
Ah, dirty player. Anyway,
Yeah.
so feeling alive here is Z's nuts. Okay, getting the V trigger started. This is when Akuma is at his most life. He turns into Shin Akuma. Not level 2. He's out of the bracket, unfortunately. But strong character here.
Yeah, at his strongest form. Would look a little bit stronger with the opponent corner. That's what Z's Nuts is working on. His Prophet continues walking back, making space. Loses a lot of space to a successful V-skill parry.
Oh, jeez, this pressure. Oh, the stagger, the walk back? He's not looking. Oh. Prophet said,
falls.
curtain falls, and we're at Bed Bath & Beyond. Half price, please, curtains.
Oh, it was about to be a fantastic deal on what Prophet thought would maybe be a big counter hit heavy punch. Instead, it was a nice, small crouch light punch counter hit for Z's Nuts, buffered into a counter hit conversion with crouch medium.
Here we go. His grasp is right. And it's so weird because sometimes the damage gets me off guard because the last hit of that throw takes the most damage.
Yeah, it's only the third neck snap that matters.
I was gonna make a joke, but it was gonna be pretty bad. But what's pretty bad is for Z's Nuts to be in the corner here. Gill pressure is real. Okay, oh, that's gonna be a stun. Oh, perfect KO.
Yeah, I love that feeling when you KO and would have stunned them at the same time. It's like you are both unconscious and dead all at once. No transition period in between. That's quick. That's a real speed run of the life bar.
Oh, no perfect here, so a little bit of chip damage occurred. Okay, there we go. I think I'm back. I kind of got disconnected for a split second. Sorry about that, guys. So it looks like Prophet takes this second game.
Yeah, and I don't know the score of their first set in winners, but it had the possibility to be this close. 1-1 is a very common theme in our Casa top 8 sets. Most sets at least reach 1-1. 3 out of 5 has plenty of room for that lead to grow. It could grow to a point of no return with 2 games straight from either player now. We are all tied up. Consider it a 1-2.
And it can also, it can also be room for a different character choice in case it doesn't work out for Prophet here. You could go to the Urian if you would like to. As far as rocking all guild tonight.
Oh yeah, he's a guild player now. I feel it.
And who needs lungs when you have gills? That's what he is saying. Here we go, Retribution. Look at that damage.
Yeah, look at that ice. Earning so much space. Paling in comparison, though, to the corner carry created by the threat of Akuma's V-Trigger 1. Gonna have to fight back maybe with some Ice of Doom. Yes, fighting back with pushback, but loses it really quickly to Z's Nuts walking forward. Prophet walks back.
And that's what I like about Z's Nuts. He's not like other Akuma players that's demon flipping his way in, that's jumping forward. He's just taking advantage of that fast walk speed, and he's approaching very, very carefully, but also correctly most of the time.
Just out of range of a V-skill punish on Cryokinesis, but Z's Nuts still has meter for a super on any conversion. Prophet not doing much damage without meter, so Z's Nuts still has one more chance. Loses it to the overhead, though.
And that's something like, it looks kind of similar to the Stampede, so if you're not used to seeing that, man, you're definitely going to get hit by it.
Yeah, right over the head. He hits you with the elbow, too. You know that's the most damaging part of the body outside of maybe the knee.
Yeah, knees, head, shoulders, toes. Here we go. The doctor game is up. Z's Nuts is surgeoning his way through here. Hammer hits. Oh, jeez. Daigo uppercut. It's not Daigo. He forgets where he's from. Here we go. And Prophet taking advantage.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate execution error uppercut has led to a really rough stun sequence with ice on the table, too. Ice under the table, actually, right under the ankles of Z's Nuts, secures Prophet a 2-1 lead in the set with 2 rounds straight. That's a lot of momentum for Prophet, marching forward firmly as he is right now in his win pose.
And you can't spell momentum without Mo. We're going to see Mo Gill here. Yeah. So, like I said, like if you don't have experience against this character, like I have to hit the lab against it, or just do what something that I like to recommend is looking up replays on YouTube because you can look up replays on TFM, but there's people who made it way more accessible with YouTube. So you could type in like SF5 Gil versus Akuma, you'll get some good matches to be had.
Yeah, honestly, the CFN replay viewer may be pretty slow and you do have to go through loading screens and stuff, but it is also very extensive, frequently updated. A lot of great search tools to search by player name, by rank, or by even the type of room they played in, as if we ever care about that. But uh, I have used it in the past. You can make yourself a little playlist to avoid a lot of the long load times too. And I think that's what most of those replay uploaders on YouTube are doing anyway. So do your research on the new characters. No amount of it may save you against Prophet, who has already done plenty of research on the entire cast through the life of Street Fighter V, playing Urian and now Gil, but it will be helpful.
Something I like to suggest too, if you watched a lot and you want to see any recent one, you can go on YouTube, just hit SFV and then type in whatever character it is. So I'll type in SFV Honda, and then you click by sword, click on upload date, and it'll show you the most new videos uploaded on YouTube with those characters. And sometimes you'll find very good stuff there.
Yeah, yeah. You there are so many upload channels from different countries too that are getting different players and highlighting them. Sometimes I put in some cool music, but the Gil theme playing right here on Casa is a perfectly fitting theme to watch Gil hit confirm off stand heavy punch like Prophet just did.
And if you want to hear more of the Gil music, they actually just uploaded the OST onto Spotify semi-recently too.
Oh, that's great news. Yeah, the Gil theme's a excellent vibe. I can imagine this playing in Super Monkey Ball 2 if any of you have played that game. The game's a great vibe.
I've only played the game for a few minutes. It was a good time.
Yeah. So you played 2K5 for a couple more minutes than that, huh?
Oh, I played 2K5 a lot. It was just so long ago.
Yeah, probably about 15 years.
But yeah, man, even the amazing franchise mode and everything about it was so good.
Chris Berman hyping up your game before it starts.
The ESPN themes and the soundtrack.
Yeah, it was so sick. Why was it so sick?
I know, right? The world, you know what it was? The world didn't deserve 2K5.
That's why EA made sure that it died the following year by purchasing NFL rights and sealing the 2K team. And trying to seal the victory is Z's Nuts, who has V-trigger activation and 3 V reversals and a huge life lead compared to Prophet's basically nothing going into this. Although a Retribution could kill. I mean, there was ice on the screen there. So with the character glowing blue, any fire shoulder would be a full launcher into Crouch Fierce and a death. So be careful of that. Prophet was halfway there.
And man, that's what's so tough about playing Gil. It's just like having to know all of your routes, when to go for it, and like to maximize damage, and what to go for. If you want to go for stuff, like what's the better route to take?
Yeah, yeah. The path to Retribution is a long path sometimes. You gotta set it up in advance with another hit, but if you get there, it's explosive and rewarding and exciting.
Because as a Honda player, the only paths I know are on and off, unfortunately.
Z's Nuts is always on for the stand medium kick whiff punish. It was a great choice and great execution from Z's Nuts, who is still faced with a corner situation regardless, but finds a way out, swinging with stand medium punch into the safe red fireball, and whiff punishes a Crouch Fierce anti-air attempt with regular demon flip slide. So Z's Nuts ties it up 2-2.
Green-eyed Akuma here. I can't think of the last time he actually went for a demon flip. It's just been such a rare approach. He's been taking advantage of that walk speed, and that's what's been getting the great results tonight. They're tied at 2 apiece. Man, this is a great set, guys.
That really was one of the first demon flips in neutral, and it was light demon flip for the nice shallow jump angle that can convince people to press anti-air buttons that will then whiff and get punished by the slide.
Okay, here we go. So Z's Nuts trying to make a statement, man. If you can beat Prophet twice in the same night, that's that you're putting your stamp on the world there, like that you were no threat, like it wasn't a fluke.
That would be big time punctuation on the path back into Grand Finals. However, Z's Nuts was really lost against the Chun from Carlos FL, so You have a chance to find yourself again if you win this, These Nuts, but Prophet wants the first chance to demonstrate how the Chun matchup is played in neutral.
Oh, geez, an interrupt. That's the first time we've seen it interrupted tonight. And here I am. I was like, man, that makes the move safe. You know, Z-Snut's teaching me something here. Here we go.
The invincible reversals are very powerful. Akuma players will be the first to tell you. Oh, powerful damage on EX Demon Flip grab. Creates a scramble situation, but we return to neutral after. Right where both players want to be, I think. With so little life left for both of them. No V-trigger involved. It is pure neutral, minus the fact that Prophet was cornered and without space to escape. Anything is threatening. That crouch medium punch was going to be +3 on block. Instead, it was canceled straight into Fireball. Caught Prophet trying to do something that got counter hit. 3-frame swing from Prophet gets Prophet out of the pressure. Fireball game soars a knockdown for Z's Nuts. Very powerful for Akuma to be getting knockdowns on fireballs, even from decently far out. Keeping the corner position too, spending resources to try and keep the opponent there. EX Air Fireball is a great way to kind of just push the opponent back with Akuma.
Yeah, and like just air fireball in general, it's such a unique tool that so many characters like don't have answers for it. You just have to hold it.
Yeah,
Oh,
holding the punish into death is Prophet, who goes down to Z's Nuts 3-2. Z's Nuts wins once again here against Prophet, punctuating the winner side victory with a loser side victory. That was a 2-0 after the switch to the green color, I think, from Z's Nuts. Was that the switch that we saw?
I don't know, but green is, excuse me, Z-Stunts is looking good here, man. Getting into grand finals here at Casa, no easy feat at all. But it's going to be a little tougher here because, you know, he definitely struggled against Carlos, and that's who he's going to be facing in grand finals. Maybe he can come in with a different approach. But I'm glad that you guys are joining us each and every week. If you are, thank you so much. And if it's your first time here at Casa, let us know. Tell us what you think, thoughts. Tell me in Monkey Business how we're doing. Anything. I just like to hear from you guys. I'm just glad to be here with you all, and it's such a special honor to have you guys listen to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Casa has been having rooms added week after week. I mean, the construction is never going to stop, but as we add more rooms for more of you joining us here in the Casa, I still can't even hear the construction going on day after day because the Street Fighter action is what speaks the loudest here. To all 187 viewers of you in the chat, I'm sure you acknowledge that too.
I mean, construction is good when better things are being built. We're getting bigger and better, and it's so cool. It makes it such a fun time. There's such great action here all the time, whether you're here for Grand Blue or Street Fighter. And also, tomorrow, we're going to be hosting some ST, right?
Yeah, that's the Maturino Super Turbo Cup going on. Casa is the home for one of those events, for which we are one of 4 of the Maturino Cup qualifiers. The winners of it will play each other in a exhibition, which will be hosted on Fightcade 2 for great netcode Super Turbo action. You can check that tomorrow here on Casa's stream, and then look forward also to the rest of the Maturino Cup ST sets going down. For now, though, stick around for what you came here to watch, which is Z's Nuts versus Carlos, FL, Chun versus Akuma Part 2. We'll see how differently it goes this time.
Yeah, if you guys missed out, winners finals, it was definitely a little rough, unfortunately, for Montreal here. You know, Carlos was just out neutraling Akuma, and it just was this impenetrable wall. And yeah, you know, some people were giving tips to Z's Nuts in the chat. Maybe he can apply those. We're gonna see.
Yeah, Z's Nuts was in the chat themselves, so hopefully the amount of red tips wasn't overwhelming. Maybe focus on just 1 or 2 of them, one piece at a time. You got some time to put the matchup together in the 3 out of 5 set, and you might even get better at it as you go on, right? That's the great hope you have, is to achieve the reset, which allows you to get even more comfortable going into the next one, trusting that you're going to get better at a faster pace than your opponent does throughout the matchup.
Definitely, but man, Carlos is looking excellent. What a great end to round 1 here. Crouching medium kick into the EX legs, just like you said earlier. Even if it's on block, it's still safe.
Yeah, right. The -2 And Chun, knowing her, she probably has EX Bird ready to steal a turn after -2 if she wants. While you're sitting there waiting to block EX Bird, she might even just jump medium kick, stomp you, and go overhead.
Oh, jeez. Speaking
Chun,
of routes available, that's a lot of them.
yeah, you don't want to get mixed at -2 or at +2 when Chun's -2, but it can happen. I played a while enough times.
Oh man, oh, there go. Oh, that could have been the great start of something for Z's Nuts. Bigger conversion was needed, but here we go. Going for the heavy Tatsu, trying to save that red bar.
There's that throw game being established now by Z's Nuts. Important that was teched, but equally important is making the throw tech feel rewarding so you can eventually blow it up with throw baits.
Here we go, getting a great throw. So anything can end this here for Z's Nuts if he gets the right confirmed landed, or it could be a fierce, just like that for Carlos to take game 1.
It was definitely a fierce. We all felt the premonition coming that fierce would be pressed. I didn't know if it would kill that soon, but it definitely did. Even taking smaller buttons as Akuma, it feels devastating. With 10% less life, every fierce is like, damn, did I just get comboed by a light confirm? Like, ow.
Yeah, definitely, and that's how I feel looking at the brackets here, because just like that, the competition is fierce as well.
The form follows the content. That's poetry in motion. That's Casa. That's the action. Academic commentary provided by Jocks and Monkey Business.
I try, man. I get all my schooling in use here. Just like, Chun-Li schooling him, stand medium kicks, schooling on spacing here. Chun-Li with a degree in astronomy here, not astrology. I'm right.
Definitely also, she has a teacher outfit in game. We're not seeing it be used by Carlos. Carlos maybe has better taste than that. I love the red on this outfit, by the way, too. Personal favorite color. And you're going to need it to contest all the red coming off of Akuma with his V-trigger activated.
Definitely turns into one of the best characters in the game. How's Carlos going to get started? We go V-trigger 2 usage, but, Bucket Throw's going to take it.
That's blue triumphing over red for yet another round in a row. I think Z's Nuts is about halfway cooked here. We're going to need some kind of second wind or revival from Z's Nuts. Full meter is there to help them get there.
Yeah, full meter is needed. I'm just trying to see how Z's Nuts going to get this approach art. Okay, counter hit could have been used.
Yeah, stand medium kick landed as a counter hit, but surprisingly there was no buffer for a cancel. So that leads to a big punish opportunity for Carlos to secure mid-screen corner or mid-screen positioning, far away from the corner.
Here we go. Chun gets a little bit annoying now that she has those V-trigger 2 cancels, making unsafe things safe, though. Definitely a good addition to the character.
Yeah, but it's already gone, and so now it's just on Z's Nuts to combo into super, and you can certainly secure a kill very risk-free by just doing fireball into super, or a demon, Dash demon, one of the most reliable demons, because who's checking dashes all the time? And even if you do check that dash without punishing it, you're still going to get demon, because that is an invincible one-frame command grab.
And it's not easy to do. I know, I hear, a lot of newer Akuma players, they always ask, how do I do dash demon? And the one-word response is always practice.
Oh, I was just going to say, just do it.
Just do it. Just do it, Nike.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we all find ourselves saying that a lot on commentary or when playing. What it really means is don't hesitate, and that's the energy I think you should take to every single one of your opponents in fighting games at every level of play. Make your game about you. Why make it about them?
That can also be applied to other things in life. Just do it. Just go for it.
Yeah. Insert Shia LaBeouf green screen here, right in the Casa VOD.
Oh man!
Activate V-trigger off sweep. This is how it has to start.
Is it gonna be a fierce that takes it again?
It's crouch medium kick. EX legs is gonna take it. The other most reliable closer, and that's the one that was gonna kill in one hit with one simple combo. Would have taken 2 fierces, I think, unless it was one of those counter hit fierces that does another full combo's worth.
Speaking of green screen, I'm getting my first green screen coming, I think, on Sunday, so I'm excited to play with that. But Yeah, Z's nuts. He's gonna have to put up a green screen and like put up something in the background to inspire him here. This is a tough match for him here.
All right, so it's gonna have to be a spirit bomb in the background on Z's Nuts green screen or something. Uh, Whatever inspires an Akuma player. I don't know. Maybe it's like puppies getting kicked or something. Something evil.
Kittens in a box on a river or something. Something
God.
dastardly.
Yeah, yeah. Something that would be a supervillain origin story. Shoutouts to Atrocitus and his cat, one of the stars of Injustice 2, a fighting game where you can play as the cheapest cat in
Oh
fighting game history.
jeez. Oh jeez. I remember trying to commentate that game at first. That's funny. Or think of dastardly things. It could be like another Justin Wong tier list in the background, and Akuma's fired up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Akuma is certainly eager to be featured on one of those evil tier lists. Leave it to J1 to be downplaying Akuma, right? So we assume. I don't know. Maybe he's in the chat. Maybe he's not downplaying him at all. But those tier lists have a reputation, and Akuma has a reputation for being top tier. So whoever doesn't say that, they're immediately challenged.
A challenge is right. So man, trying to get over this wall of normals, man, it's gonna be hard for Carlos. Some people are saying for Z's nuts, air fireballs, maybe jump more because staying like it, it's not gonna do enough.
It certainly doesn't work against cross-up. So if you're able, that was another successful whip punish with medium kick, but you got to show some faith in your medium kick and cancel it because you're at a range where the only way that normal's going to make contact is if you're hitting a hurt box from Chun's normals. So
Yeah, definitely, I agree there.
Show that you mean it and buffer the cancel. And regarding the jumping, from cross-up range, Chun definitely struggles to anti-air. She will lose bird kick charge walking, so she won't be able to use that, and she cannot light kick anti-air you whatsoever on cross-up. So keep these ideas in your mind and be prepared to take a lot of damage on your first EXDP VTC punish.
Oh, that's gonna be it. What a great punish by Carlos. Stand medium punch into V skill. Well, a lot of times people go for like very minimal punishes on like EXDP and the V trigger stuff that they've added on, maybe just a light into something, but man, Carlos taking full advantage.
Yeah, Carlos optimized on the first try too, showing experience. Been doing this for a couple years. Akuma's been out since like January 2017. Probably had that punish week 1.
I mean, that's basically the man. That's basically somebody who did the best under tax returns and got the most out of it rather than a little. That's Carlos.
Getting a lot out of the corner situation is Carlos, looking to secure a victory off of it too. With one more small combo, it could be achieved no matter where the hit is landed. It is up to Z's Nuts to mount some momentum, use V-Trigger, maybe your Fireball on the way. We've almost reached the left quarter. That's a Pyrrhic victory for Z's Nuts, who dies in one Fierce, but gets to convert off of Air Fireball and get a sequence started.
Yeah, I think what Carlos going to do is he's going to hold down back. He's going to hold up. He's pressing buttons, and that's going to be it, folks. Tonight's winner at his first Casa, I think, Carlos FL.
First appearance and a tournament victory from Carlos. FL representing Florida and then Georgia at the same time. The entire American South proud of their Chun-Li player today for backdash air resetting their way into victory. Getting that quick crouch light kick, link cancel into victory. And triumphantly so with a 6-0 over the loser side grand finalist in effect.
And man, that kind of hurt a little bit for him because he was doing so well to possibly take a round, maybe get a little bit of momentum to try to beat that. But I mean, I'm not downplaying Z's Nuts. He played very great to get to where he was in grand finals, but it's just that the wall Carlos played. Sometimes there's no answers to the question.
Yeah, and the question is screamed at you so aggressively and loudly that you just can't even focus. The question that is proposed is, what do I do about all these fierces and medium kicks? And the answer was lose. Today it was lose.
Damn. Yo, shout outs to